The Indie Council is in session. Welcome back, everyone. This is a place for the leading voices from across the industry to gather to talk news, titles, and everything indie. I'm your master of ceremonies, Jill Grote, the Indie Informer, and today, trying to put everybody's real titles in here, Pen to Pixels writer/owner, host on MinMax, Pew Pew Bang, and the Gangcast, along with streaming on Twitch at Game Onesis, Janet Garcia.
Hello. Oh, it gets louder. Exciting.
I don't know who pushed that, and that makes me really happy. I've lost my place. Juggling wholesome games, Ivory Road, and Soft Night Week, while also podcasting Geeks and Ground in her spare time, Jenny Wyndham.
Yay, hello. Happy New Year, everyone.
A whole different type of enthusiasm. I love this. And then, last but not least, leading the charge at 6-1 Indie, it's Mike Towndrow. I figured out who's pushing the buttons.
Classic Mike.
Yep.
There's fun new tools.
It helps that Mike was completely deadpan during that whole thing. Like he looked very
he was
displeased
not-
the whole time.
Usually gives that away, but we are recording in a new setup, so we're finding all the fun new things we can do with it. Hopefully we figure it out by the end of the year, but we'll see what happens. How's everybody doing? It is 2026. We've got a new year. We got any things that we are anticipating? I know I got up my most anticipated that are like, these are definitely, like, these have said they're coming out in 2026, and then I got my, this is what I hope comes out in 2026 list, you know, because those are two very different things. But I don't know, y'all got anything that you're looking forward to this year?
It's the year of Goobies 2. We made
Goobies
it.
2.
That's it.
It's on that list.
Is it?
Yeah, I got it on my
hell
list.
yeah.
I'm like, there was somebody who called it out on social media too and being like, oh, I didn't know Goobies 2 was coming out. I'm like, that's what my job is for. That's what I'm here for.
Nice.
Man.
That's what you're here for. Yeah, I'm trying to remember / pull up what games I was thinking about. I mean, obviously there's I don't want to get ahead of potential
don't get
predictions.
ahead of what we're
There's
doing,
so
what
many
we're doing.
games that are like floating in the ether too. But yeah, Goobies 2 is definitely on my list. I'm trying to see what else is on my list. I do have a real list somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
Me too. I have
hidden-
one
it's
that's
hidden
drafted
somewhere.
that I haven't posted yet. I'm like, need to get it going because it's getting past the like statute of limitations on most anticipated.
good.
Yeah, I got, I mean, if we're just like kind of rapid firing, Mio Memories in Orbit is on my list.
Heck yeah.
Half on my list, it's mostly from y'all's hype, Herman and Pig.
Yeah.
Y'all been telling me about
so excited.
Y'all have been
for
telling me about
Herman
Herman
Let's
and Pig
do
all
it.
year, so I'm like, that's a name I know, writing it down. Karen or Corinne, the climbing game.
Oh, yeah. Karen.
Yeah, Karen. Mugenics, even though I'm like, could you have named it something else? I know that it's about
it's
the
purposefully,
I
I don't
I know that it is about like combining DNA, but it just, you know what I mean? Like,
No,
I just feel like
In 2026, that is a choice.
really
To name the
intense.
game.
But like that's sort of why that creator did it, I believe.
I know,
Like,
but then
for
it's also
that
kind of I fear it's giving
purpose.
edgelord a little bit. With respect to
That's
Edmund
what I'm
and
saying.
What's Tyler Galil, who I think are like really cool creators. But yeah, I'm like, geez, I'm trying to skim past all my AAA things. Tome 2,
Tom too.
Escape Academy 2,
Let's do it.
Slay the Spire
forgot
2.
about Tomes.
Lots of twos.
How did you forget about
Neverway.
two?
Oh my
Mike?
god.
Mike.
I don't
It's a lot
think
of
it'll
games.
come out this year, but Woodo has been on my list since I played it at PAX.
Yeah.
100% on my list. 100%.
And Love Eternal are like the kind
Yeah.
of
Nice.
main indies that are currently on my radar. And Jill, yeah, I did look at your calendar, especially for the indie stuff.
Yeah.
No shade to the rest of the industry, but like, if it's going to be an indie that is missing, it's going to be on your calendar versus like, you know, outlets that cover both indie and AAA are more likely to skip over more of the smaller indie titles. So I always dip over there.
I do try, because I did put it out recently, new, fresh, 2026. Go check it out. I'm very interested in making people understand or sharing with people that like this is a curated list, because there are a lot of places out there you can go and find a list of every single literal indie coming out. If you're looking at this list, you know it's something that I've looked at personally as a human being and said, hey, this looks like something cool to check out. So if there's something on
Mixtape.
there that you think there should be,
Mixtape.
mixtape, also good. Let me know. because I want to make sure people have their stuff on there. What's going on, Mike?
My brain hasn't fully processed 2026 yet, like what's coming down the pipeline. Just
We're
so
already
like
in
I'm
mid-January.
doing a quick scroll on the old wish list.
Yep.
Shout out to Riz Dungeon, Skeleton Key to My Heart. Very
Yes.
stoked for that. Shout
Yes.
out to Snoozy Kazoo. If it comes out this year, Project Shadowglass looks great. Project Songbird looks great. Immediately, my most anticipated is About Fishing. Of course,
Yeah.
Arctic Eggs developer.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wait.
Gotta
Yeah.
get those fishing games.
I want to
Entropy,
shout out
Lunar
Big
Radio
Walk.
Taxi. Oh.
I'm
Really
so
good.
excited. I'm
Really
excited
good.
for
Walk.
us to play Big Walk. Honestly,
Yes.
we're gonna have to play that
All together.
Bistro is coming out.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, Bistro, Loftia, which is like the one cozy MMO that I am hype for, and then Neverway. I'm super excited for.
God,
Outbound
Neverway.
is that? I think Outbound's indie. Pretty sure
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I think
think
that's
so.
still one of the most like wishlisted games on
Yeah.
Steam, which is kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
It's not announced for 2026, but I am putting my money on She Dreams Elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think that's coming out
Come
this
on
year.
now. Rolling the dice on this one, but come on.
What are the two
Yeah.
what are some of the unicorns that we have left? It's definitely She Dreams Elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw Play Dead on there. I know like technically they
You
got support
can't-
from Epic, but
Yeah.
We'll talk
What's
about
the one
that
with
later.
the deer?
Way to the Woods.
Oh, yeah.
Way to the Woods.
Yeah.
Way of the Woods.
I was with you on that one. I think there are a couple other.
Little Devil Inside.
No,
anyone?
I was gonna say, don't even
Yeah.
say
That's
that
the
one.
one I'm
Anyway.
Which
for the bingo
since
card
I
later.
last looked, they did update their website.
Ooh, okay.
There's no information.
They
Like, there's
updated
nothing
the
on
information.
it.
Yeah, just
Like-
like the colors. You
Yeah.
know what?
There's a new
Who didn't
image,
update
sort
their
of.
website in 2026,
A
right?
lot of people be doing it.
Honestly.
Another one I forgot to mention that is on your calendar, Jill. I just saw it because I want to make sure it was on there. Lost and Found Co. has a hard
Yep.
date of February 11th. I played the demo of that, loved it. So love a little
Yeah.
search game.
Oh, Well Dwellers is also coming out this year.
Yeah.
Very
Wild
interested in that one.
Society, which is
Yeah.
the sequel to one of my favorite live sim games out there.
But before we
Wildflower's
go
so
on
good.
with all of like every indie we can think of coming out hopefully this year, we're going to be talking more about that later in the show. But let's go ahead and jump into indie news, which is all about awards today. We have very recently, for some of these, had dropped the finalists for the DICE Awards, the IGF Awards, and the Game Developers Choice Awards. And y'all, the indies are here. Like, only one of these award ceremonies is indie specific, but indies are like in every category and in a lot of cases taking over categories. So I'm going to start with DICE, and we will link this all down below because we're not going to be talking every single thing, but y'all should be checking it out. And I'm just going all the way down to Game of the Year. So let's talk about what we see here. And again, I'm like, there's some controversy about whether or not some of these games are indie or not. Have fun with the controversy in the chat if you want. I'm not going to talk about it. But Game of the Year includes. Let's actually share that again. A whole new.
I haven't seen it yet until now, so this is interesting.
We're sharing. We're sharing. Look at that. We've got Arc Raiders, Blueprints, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Dispatch, and Ghost of Yotai. I'm really glad that Dispatch is getting some nods here because it came
Yeah.
out so late. Like, we weren't able to really recognize it in the year it came out in 2025, so I'm glad to see some of it getting some flowers here. Of course, Clair Obscura is a name we're going to see over and over and over again. I am so happy to see Blueprints here. And some of the things that I don't see here are things that are really interesting to me. The big ones being Hades 2 and Silksong, which is going to continue to be a kind of theme for a lot of these award shows, which I find really, really interesting. Also, just pointing out Blueprints is in next two categories as well, because I just really like it.
Hey, Jill, tech
Thoughts?
thing for you.
Yeah.
Would you like me to share the screen so you don't have to
I would
scroll back
love
side by
to.
side? I gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, we have a lot of really good indies popping up. Look at that. We can see some things. What are we thinking? What are we feeling? How do we feel about this batch of Game of the Year for DICE? DICE, again, not an indie-specific award ceremony, but we are seeing a lot of indies here.
I think if a part of me thinks like Dispatch has a very strong chance because of recency, depending on like the minds of the voters and stuff. Mm-hmm. I haven't played it yet. It feels like the overall notion of Dispatch is like one of the greatest things ever made.
Yeah, a lot of buzz, a lot of love.
Yeah.
Like, I worry, especially with thoughts on games coming later in this month, of like a lot of games that came early in the year not getting a ton of love.
Well, yeah,
But
is Citizen Sleeper
is
anywhere?
barely here. It's in RPG, I believe, is the only category I remember seeing it in.
Okay.
But it's like, yeah, Citizen Sleeper 2, I want so much more love for because I am absolutely, there it is right there. I am so in love with the game and what they did with it. But
Interesting.
yeah, again, I think a lot of games really hit hard at the end of the year. So maybe there's a recency bias there. Maybe it's that it didn't hit people as hard. Who knows? But
Okay, and there's Silksong.
there's Silksong
I'm
right there.
curious for folks because I know as a player and as an individual, like while I know like Hades 2 was the specific one for me where I'm like, I know Hades 2 absolutely slaps. Like it is polished, is good. Like there's no denying the expertise on the team and the skill that they have like put to show in the game. But for me, simply because there were so many new franchises and new like ideas and types of titles to address, I know for me Hades 2 fell like by the wayside last year, to be like very honest. And so I'm wondering
Yeah.
how much of that impact like even Silksong, which is like top tier, you know, there's no denying Silksong is a great game. It's another it's sequel technically, you know, to Hollow Knight. So I'm wondering how much of that impacted some of the consideration when looking at, okay, here's a team that already has done really well, but this is similar to what they've done before, just better. How does that compare to something that's completely new? And I wonder
Right.
if that's what they took into account.
Because we are
Yeah.
getting
Game
a
of the
lot
Year
of
is
Game of
Year's
the
all
Year's
new
new.
IP, right?
yeah,
think
debut
so.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Well,
Ghost of Yotei in
Ghost
there.
of Yotei is
That's,
there. Yeah,
that's true.
Which yeah, I guess with because it's like DICE specifically, like it's interesting what's like impressive in those circles versus like more of like the critic sphere or the fan sphere, and unsurprisingly there's always crossovers in all of them, but these are always fascinating to me from that perspective of like, okay, the people who like make the meat, like what are they getting hyped up about? I think for that reason Blueprints I think has a really strong chance here because I think
I agree.
yeah.
without like thinking of it too much, I feel like it's the most innovative game in the collection, and I feel like that's where DICE kind of has leaned historically, though I don't know if anyone knows the last couple years what titles have won their like Game of the Year offhand. I'll have to look that up.
I'll find it.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I always kind of took DICE as like DICE are your Academy Awards, and let's just Keelys as an example. And this is no offense to the Keelys or anything like that. Keelys are very much like the VMAs, if that makes any sense, or like the Grammys.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense to me. Fuck the Oscars. While we're talking about people making the meat voting on games, I kind of want to switch over to the IGF Awards. Oh, look at that. Mike has brought it up. So before we do that, we're going to look at games from last year that won.
Is this
The 1990s? We're going way back. Okay.
Is this Game of the Year?
It's-
Hold on. DICE Award for Game of the Year. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That
if you
sounds-
scroll
Yeah,
further
yeah.
down, and then they have while you scroll down for the main ones, I can read off what's higher in that Wikipedia entry, which is just like the
There
indie
you go.
aspects of it. So like starting at 2020, they have like Disco Elysium, like for Noms, Outer Wilds, and Goose Game. I think Goose Game won in 2020, I believe. I don't know if I have that right offhand.
Oh yeah. So
it's
this is
written
not correct.
in such a weird way. Yeah, I don't know where to find that.
Goose Game 2019.
Or 2019.
2019.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, Hades in 2020, It Takes Two in 2021. Like, there are a lot of indie or indie adjacent games stated here. Astrobot winning over some of the other contenders for last year, but before that we're seeing a lot of indies. So
It depends how heavy do you think Delight hits, because when Untitled Goose Game won, I feel like that was the delightful pick. I was honestly
Yeah.
a little surprised to see
on that one, but
it
What's his
win.
name?
Like, I think it's a
Yeah.
fine game. Like, you know
Right.
what I mean? Like,
and Disco
so I-
Elysium had like swept everything else before this.
But to that end, even though I'm not a Dispatch fan, like it didn't hit for me. I didn't end up finishing it. I do think the people that like Dispatch have that feeling of like delight from it, of it being, hey, we're like getting back in the Telltale bag. You know, it's like, remember before everything in life went bad. And that was in a game. It's like it has like that cachet to it of having that nostalgia, and I wonder if that could propel Dispatch into the winner circle. Claire, of course, also fantastic game. That's kind of just that not obvious pick, but it's like those are the to me those are the three, which they are all indie or debatably indie, I suppose. No, I don't, it's really anyone's game because Arc Raiders had a lot of buzz too. I don't know if
Raiders has
the
a lot of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if the heavier like element of the AI integration dings it for like internal in the circles. I don't think it does, because I feel like if it's nominated,
Yeah.
that seems fine. You know, and then Ghost, shout out to you. You know, you're here. I do
doing
like
it.
Ghost Yote, but obviously we're an indie podcast. But like that one's, I don't want to say the odd one out, but it feels like the one that has the least glimmer to it. Even though I do actually really like that game and think it does some cool things despite being PlayStation AAA sequel or whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to see the results of this.
Yeah.
Me too.
Mike, can you switch over to the IGF Awards, which are... Oh, by the way, DICE Awards are happening February 12th. The IGF Awards are coming up during GDC, which is March 11th. So it's March 11th for the Indie Game Festival Awards, IGF Awards. And as the title says here, Baby Steps is our big winner for nominations, at least, with 5 different nominations. When I first got this, I saw all of these. Yeah, congratulations to the best student games. Those are always really fun to check
Oh, yeah,
out.
Poco. Poco rocks.
Yeah.
Play Poco.
Everyone should play Poco.
What is Poco?
It's free. It's free, so you should play it.
Yeah.
What can you tell me what it is?
It's like a point and click kind of adventure game about this really small clown who is banished from their circus.
Oh,
and
I
so you're
think-
clicking around. Yeah, it's really charming. A little
I
bit
relate to
dark.
it a lot.
Yeah,
You know, add
but
to
this
library.
was a
Yeah, just
student
free.
game. So
Yep.
yeah,
It's on Steam, which I'm surprised by. You don't usually see student games on Steam. It's a lot of itch.io because it's easier to get your
Yeah.
game on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll put the link down below so everyone can go check that out.
And Summer Drive. Shout out Summer Drive. Sorry, continue.
This is another category where I was really intrigued by the almost non-inclusion of Silksong and Hades 2. It seems very much like we're getting love for the non, like people wouldn't see in a bigger sphere that haven't really pushed out into like mainstream media kind of games. I love seeing morsels here. I feel like it didn't get a lot of love in games, but visual arts excellence absolutely 100% belongs in that category. Seeing the Nuovo Awards have kind of similar things to other awards. This is usually the weirdo, the little weird guys category, which it does have, but it's also a lot of sort of games that are from other categories as well. And I feel like there was a lot of love here for like Baby Steps and Titanium Court, which is not currently out. Which again, I think maybe Jenny, who's very smart, understands how the IGFs differ very much from some of the other award ceremonies in its like what you're allowed to nominate and when. Which is why we don't see Blueprints here, which we saw a lot of in the DICE Awards, because Blueprints was in the IGF Awards last year.
Yes.
So it got its flowers last year. So nobody get up in arms about it not being here, because we did see a lot of that last year. But
I'm also curious because I'm looking, because also these awards are ones that developers and publishers submit to, and I'd be really curious, and there's no way of really knowing, but if Silksong and like Hades 2, they're not nominated for anything that I can tell, actually. And so I don't know if that's because maybe they were in previous years or if they just didn't submit themselves, because this is not something the internal judges nominate. This is like you submit to it and then the internal team takes a look. So I'd be curious if they didn't submit themselves.
Yeah. Somebody look
yeah.
up if they. I feel like they didn't show up last
Yeah,
year.
I don't
feel
think
like
so
they
either.
definitely. I remember
think so.
Blueprints did. I want to shout out excellence in visual arts again because that's my favorite category, perhaps, in this entire thing with Blippo, Karamara, Eclipsium, which I love the visuals in that game.
They're so
Locomotive, Morsels, and Skate Story. So many good games here to talk about visually, as well as just anything else, but like visually, just to see it. And also, Henry Halfhead got a lot of like nods, even in honorable mentions, but even as nominated categories. So I love that the IGF awards are these sort of very, like, this is the award ceremony you want to look at if you want to see what is like the grassroots kind of indie stuff that maybe you didn't see, because there are names even here that I have either not touched on too much or haven't really heard of. So it's a really cool thing to see. And all of these honorable mentions, the fact that they have them all in here, again, really cool for getting names out so people can check stuff out and go play things that they might have missed over the years. Also, an excellence in design. Love to see it.
What a banger.
Absolute banger. Okay, any more thoughts on the IGF Awards?
Good list. Very
Good
good
list.
list.
Good list. Makes me want to hop back into Baby Steps. I played like the first area, essentially the tutorial, the first level, and moved into the second and then stopped because I was just very slow at it and I wanted to just crank through a bunch of games at the end of the year. But this made me want to hop back into Baby Steps and see what more there is to discover there.
Yeah, I haven't touched it yet. Just a weird gap from last year. I was looking forward to it, but yeah. Titanium Court looks like it rocks. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, people are really loving it.
Yeah.
And then also at the Game Developers Choice Award, Game Developers Choice Awards is also at GDC. But strangely enough, for this year, typically you'll find both the IGFs and Game Developers Choice together in one night. But it seems like GDC changing itself up, changing some of the ideas of like, this is now the festival of gaming, and maybe trying to make it more festive, has moved the Game Developers Choice Awards to March 12th. So it's going to be the day following. I'm very interested to see what comes out of this.
So am I sharing this Google Doc?
You can, I suppose.
Or I won't, to be safe.
Yeah, it's fine because this is very, very new. All of this information has just come out as Thursday. You are watching this Thursday, and all this information has come out on Thursday. So we are looking at, again, the GDC Awards, very much not an indie game specific award ceremony, but we have so many indie games and indie adjacent games here. I think Claire Obscure is the leader for this one, 100%. It's got like 8 nominations. I think it's in every single award category. Like, I don't think it skipped any of them, which is wild. But we have a lot of Claire Obscure going on. Best audio is there. I've seen a lot of Ball Pit as well as a lot of Blueprints, which I like. Ball Pit seems perhaps like it didn't get a lot of chance to shine, but it was one of those games that I certainly picked up, and I know almost anybody that I know who picked up this game like didn't put it down. It was just like that thing in the background running in their head the whole time. So I'd love to see that is getting a lot of nominations here. Also, Best Design, really great category. Again, this is not an indie award ceremony, but Best Design includes Ball Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Split Fiction. So only one of those is notably not an indie, which is wild. Innovation Award, you also get Blueprint, Baby Steps, Blueprints, Clair Obscur, and Donkey Kong Bonanza. People be liking Donkey Kong Bonanza, apparently. Honorable mentions,
Not
I love
everyone.
to see Clover Pit here.
Yeah, not everyone.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
Those people aren't here right now, but they're
Yeah.
they're out there.
They're
Yeah,
out
you know.
there, you know? Who knows?
They're out there collecting their bananas, having a great time, I'm sure.
Right. Man, again, Best Narrative, Clair Obscur, Despelote getting Best Narrative. Love that.
yeah.
Dispatch goes to Viote, and then Split Fiction. I feel like I didn't see a lot of Split Fiction in other ceremonies. I feel like I wonder if people are kind of looking at this and saying like, hey, that deserves some shout outs here. Let's see. Do I like visual arts here as well? Absolum, Clair Obscur, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2. I think this is maybe Hades' only nod in this particular award ceremony, and Keeper, which like Keeper is such a hard game for me personally because I it's not an indie. It's 100% not an indie. It's published by Xbox Game Studios, but it's Double
And owned by
Fine.
them.
Yeah, and owned by them.
Yeah.
But it's Double Fine, and it's so Double Fine, and I just want I want to see
Free
so
them.
bad.
Unless it's gonna make you guys like destitute. In
Yeah,
which case,
what
I
are you
guess
doing?
stay in your cage.
Keep your money. And then jumping down to Game of the Year, we've got Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Ghost of Yote, Hollow Knight Silk Song, and Split Fiction.
Yay!
Woo! I'm also checking out the honorable mentions for Game of the Year is Absolum, Ball Pit, Hades 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are some really interesting. It's really, really interesting what we are and are not seeing, what things are maybe getting after the fact flowers because it hasn't gotten some before. What games are kind of like, well, we've seen this, and it's kind of getting love in other ways. But overall, really good year, really good year for indies, especially with award shows that are not indie specific. It was a really intense year to come out and try to be game of the,
The
year
best,
for
yeah. Yeah, like it's wild that we had a Silk Song come out, have it be incredible, if not better than what people thought it would be or what they wanted, and have it so clearly pretty much never win Game of the Year for anything, or even win in the categories it's in. I think it often does clean up in its super genre specific one, like action adventure or adventure.
Yeah.
But if it's in anything else, it's ooh, probs not, which is wild.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. I know sometimes people get, I'm sure the teams maybe to a degree who work on these games and either know how good their product is or can't deny how good their product is received, or their game is received. It's tough because you can't control the context in when you of which you release in. There are some years, whether it's AAA or indie, that are quieter, not quieter in terms of releases or that there's not good games, but just not the obvious picks. This year there were kind of several obvious indie darlings, and there's some years where it's you'll have an answer because you need to give an answer, but it's not obvious. It's not pre-decided. And here it's well, obviously Claire, well, obviously this thing. And the fact that it's such a competitive year where Silk Song and even to a degree Hades 2 are not auto cleaning up is wild. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
I'm curious
it
to
was fun.
see going into this year and 365 days from now when we're having this conversation again, where things like the Silk Song expansion come into play and Cult of Lamb Woolhaven comes into play. Do those even get a fair shot because they're expansions? Do people forget about them because they're coming out early? Well, at least Cult of Lamb coming out earlier in the year. Obviously, at the end of the by this time next year, supposedly, hypothetically, we'll be in a post GTA 6 world. So what the hell does that even look like for a lot of the indie studios? So
Yeah. totally forgotten what I was going to say. Talking about, oh, yes. I think also, totally remembered, nobody panic. I am interested in the way that this might reflect the way that people are thinking about indie games and the sort of rise of indie games, in that in years past, not for any particular award ceremony, but like it seemed that the indie game that won, it was typically the indie game that was the most mainstream, that people had heard of before. But now we're starting to get to situations where it's not like, oh, I only know one indie game that happened. It seems like more and more players, critics, are latching onto a much broader array of indie games, and I think that has a lot more to do with indie games becoming more popular. And as you see indie games pop up on the calendar, these now become games that need to be covered, rather than, oh, if we have time, there's this cute little thing. Like, I think this is a reaction to indie games becoming real, literal heavy hitters and pillars of the calendar, which is really cool to see. I'm really, really glad to see more of this popping up.
Well, it's like I saw an article today pop up. There's that like Minecraft-like game that it's apparently today was like the most streamed game on Twitch, the most streamed early access game on Twitch. I forgot the name of it. Hazecraft, maybe? I forgot the name of it. But like that's something I feel like we're all in tune with the indie space quite a bit. Something I've never heard of until today. Yeah. And like, it's interesting the power of something like that and how it could pop up, because there's a lot of heavy hitters outside of the traditional ecosystem nowadays. Like
this is like,
are you sure this is you sure this is the most up to date list? By the way, I'm not seeing Butcher's Creek anywhere. That's strange.
Oh man, you gotta look that back up.
When Butcher's Creek gets into the fold, that's when I'll know indies have really made it.
Listen,
wide.
Shout out to the little creator, you might not have heard of him, Markiplier. You know, has this Iron Lung film coming out at the end of the month. Shout out David, the Szymanski brothers, developers of Butcher's Creek.
Love it.
Butcher's Creek film next. Let's go.
I guess really quick to your point, Jill, about like what does this mean for like indies as a whole? Like, are they becoming more like mandatory, mainstream, etc.? Like, I think in some ways maybe a little, but then at the same time, I guess at least I'm kind of just like thinking about this aloud. Like, I shouldn't hold too much weight on like what indies get nominated and what that means for the industry, because ultimately the same is true like in the triple double A space. Like, the things that are going to get nominated are going to be like Spider-Man and like other titles that are sort of obvious answers, and that doesn't mean those games are undeserving, but inherently the things that are most popular are most likely to get picked when stuff is done like democratically. Like, there are some of these awards that are more curatorial, and I think that is where you see sort of either more interesting nominations or more interesting results. But like just thinking to myself, I guess I shouldn't weigh it too heavily that there's only ever like a handful of like the indies that like are known, because that's like also technically true of the other games as well. It just feels different when it's indie or not, because it's like indie just feels like you go a little bit more out of your way. So it's like, when you go out of your way, what have you found, and like why is it these titles, is kind of the discussion that is often there. But at the end of the day, it is like common denominator is going to be an unsurprising answer in a way, because it's like that's what most people have played. Like, to me, the biggest surprise out of award season is that Despolote has gotten some noms here and there, which again I think is deserving, but like I didn't really have a huge sense that like a lot of our peers in the industry had played and really liked it. Like, I definitely knew other people that played it and liked it, but it didn't feel like, would that be enough to, you know, bring it into the more mainstream award space? And it was cool to see that happen a couple times in different showcases or awards.
One of the things that I was thinking about that I don't know if this is the case or not, but we have, so a little bit of like inside baseball in terms of funding. So between like 2020 and around 2022, I would say, maybe 2023, that's when indie funding was like super flush. And I know that we have seen indies get bigger budgets, more support, just in general in the space, and right around 23, 24, 25, that's when we started seeing all of those budgets and support cut. So I'm interested just looking ahead in the next few years to see what happens to the indie space, where we have these juggernauts like the Silk Song team. Obviously they self-publish, they are going to be fine. But Clair Obscur was funded by Kepler, and there are other indie titles that have hit that AA, III, whatever you want to call it, that still are looking to external funds. And so I'm curious to see what happens to the space if the funding situation doesn't balance out, and what happens to indies and the scope of the indies that we have gotten used to, because they have gotten more bombastic over the last few years. So yeah, that's what I'm curious about looking at all of these nominees right now.
Yeah, because I think, like, you're totally right to look at the future, because games that were started in that time period would be coming out now and in the near future. So there's a lot to look at regarding whether or not we see a kind of shrinking of this kind of a wide array. But also I'm very interested in a trend that I am seeing now with a lot of bigger publishers also looking to publish indies as well. It's going to make it hard to decide what is indie. But that's going to be something we talk about, I think, in our next category here. So any other thoughts before we move on to topic of the show? Okay, then. Topic of the show, everybody. That's what you're here for, 2026 Indie Bingo. We're going to be talking about the things that we hope, we think, we foresee for the future of 2026 in the indie space. And this time, we're going to win. We're going to win, and it's going to be great. A couple of new ideas that we're throwing around for this particular Indie Bingo versus last year. I'm trying perhaps not to repeat anything. Maybe we'll repeat something, but let's try to make it. But brand new year, brand new bingo. And we are going to make sure that it does not randomize, so that it will be the same spaces for each thing every single time we bring it up. And we get a free space in the center, which I would like to nominate the free space as, what is indie? Because that's always going to be a question that we ask throughout the year. I am going to share my screen with all y'all so you can see.
I beat you.
But you can't see mine, so I'm going to take it over.
Okay, never mind. I thought that's what you wanted.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so we have... Currently, I have some special things popped up here, including our free space, what is indie. We're going to enter our words in. We're going to not randomize. So that's where we are. We are coming up with ideas. I've got a few written down. I've got a few good ones written down. I've got a few kind of like half ideas written down. But does anybody want to start out with a big idea for 2026? What is going on our indie bingo?
Now, do we want things we are assuming are going to happen? How are we playing this?
I think it's like predictions. Like it should be like, but it shouldn't be like full, guarantee. Like it can't just be like,
right. We can't be
Something
like
gets
Hermit
delayed.
and
release dates
Crab.
coming out.
Yeah.
Hermit Crab's coming out, or Hermit and Pig, Hermit Crab.
Hermit Crab, yeah.
No, that would be ridiculous.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
I definitely think we should call our shot for Little Devil Inside, either yay or nay, just as an annual tradition.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
year, I'm feeling no. How's everyone else feeling?
No.
I'm not
I'm
feeling
feeling
it.
no.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we get anything from them this
How
year?
about, yeah, Little Devil Inside mentioned.
God, I don't even think it gets mentioned
I feel
though.
like-
Hinted
yeah,
at?
I don't think no.
Little Devil Inside Radio Silence.
Okay, I like that.
And maybe we win, maybe we don't, but like that's
Pivot hard the other direction.
Yeah.
This year, I love it.
yeah, we're not counting their little website refresh. No shade to
No.
them. I'm sure, shout out to the engineer and the designer. Yeah, that'll be the annual question. Is GTA 6 coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone needs their GTA 6.
Except it doesn't. Oh no.
Except, yeah, well, GTA 6 coming out? I don't know. In November, it's a little tight. It's a little tight. The website is looking good for Little
looking
Devil
good.
Inside.
It is
It's
looking good.
nice. I am gonna be.
Also, is
Yeah.
this
Go
the
down?
first time we are saying boat things? Because I feel like we've only
I
seen
think so, yeah.
countryside.
I think we've seen
So-
some. I feel like we've seen them board a boat. I've never
the
seen
hell's
this
that?
gun before.
Yeah.
Shooting the octopus. Can you hit play on that, but then mute it immediately
Yeah.
so that it's pre-alpha gameplay.
I
It's
feel
still
like
pre-alpha.
we've seen. I feel like we've seen the Kraken.
I think I've seen the boat.
Oh, this was published 10 years ago.
Oh no!
Now, do they feel the need to embed that 10-year-old video? I was like, wow,
That's so
2016. Well, you know what
Those-
people are
Yeah.
saying? That 2026 is the new 2016. People are trying
That's
to bring
sure
back
what
is.
they're saying. That's what
that
I'm
true.
hearing.
2016
Listen,
aesthetic.
I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go lately. It sure is, you know?
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah.
was Pokemon Go 2016?
Oh
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
that
Oh my
sounds
God.
right. Oh my gosh, yeah.
We were free back
What
then.
a time. Yeah.
We didn't appreciate what we had when we had
Pokemon
it.
Go to the
I knew
polls.
nothing.
Okay, I mean, they will say, wait, can you go back to that? Sorry,
Oh,
you
sure.
literally just pulled it up. That's so annoying.
My bad.
But they, in the website for Little Devil Inside, maybe this hurts our prediction, it does say something like, okay, in time, this website will be updated with info from the dev team as well as general updates on what's happening. Now, do we think in time is 2026?
Do we believe in time?
I'm going to stick to the radio silence.
I'm
I think
sticking
that's
radio.
fine.
I
Yeah.
love
But
that idea.
Let's go for it.
I want to counter radio silence with the rise of the creepy cozy genre. I think we are going to see a lot of games this year which are using mechanically like cozy game genres, cozy game ideas, but making them real creepy.
would you count our little friend, what is it? The garden gnomes in the place. What is it called?
The garden
A
gnomes
Nor-
in the place
Grun?
is my favorite.
Grun, thank you. Does Grun count as that to you, Jill? I just want to get a sense of like what we're talking about here.
Um,
I think more
I-
Grave Seasons, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
Grave
thinking more
Seasons,
Grave Seasons,
Neverway.
Neverway, Besmirch,
How many
like a
do you
lot
feel
of
like
these.
there
Yeah.
need to be for this to be like a dub?
Let's 5.
Ooh, five's pretty
Grimshire.
high.
Wait,
I'm
Grimshire,
gonna
is that
five.
just early access currently?
It
Are
is
we-
currently just early access. Yeah.
Okay, because would we count like a 1.0 as one of the 5 if it came out this year?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
We can put that down.
Yeah.
That's
That's
a bit
a safe one, I feel like.
it's a bit high. And I feel like those games are long to make. Not that any game is
I
fast to
wonder-
make, but
I think it's happening. I think Cozy Creepy is happening this year.
Yeah, and they don't have to be like the bigger ones because maybe
yeah.
I don't know. I personally would have counted Grun within that because it's got power washing
Yeah, the
elements.
power wash. Sims.
Yeah, and it's kind of like you're
So-
cleaning up stuff.
Yeah,
I would
so
also
I feel
count
like
Grun.
if there's other short games like Grun that came out that fit, I would count that in the category.
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about. Like I might even push it up to 7. Like I'm feeling that confident
I
about
don't
it.
know
You know,
about
7,
I'm
you're
looking
doing a
at-
lot.
I don't know if I would do that.
You're doing too much. I think that's too much. This is a prediction I actually just threw out on the MinMax show for just general ones. And we can rework this into something maybe more usable, but I'm thinking something with genre. My gut thought is the friend slap genre, name controversy noted. If we end up, this is also just digging into the cozy thing, like, do we get like a spin-off of that, like a cozy slop with like Big Walk? I feel like that might be the new wave, but if y'all are not feeling that, I'm curious if you have any other ideas for genre in 2026. What kind of mashups we might see,
There's-
what kind of stuff might be popping up.
I feel like there's potential there. I've been eyeing this game on TikTok a lot. Maybe you guys have seen it. It's essentially a like an indie bird watching game.
That sounds
Forgot the name
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
It feels like I know, Jenny, if you could pull that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
I feel like in the same vein of as Big Walk, like just
Does it flock
social
around?
hangout game versus
Okay.
like Peak where you're achieving
Yeah.
a goal, but like more just like
think so.
You're
Flock
vibing,
around.
you're a bird walking big, or you're taking pictures of birds like this other
oh,
game.
I do remember this. I remember this 100%.
Yeah, I do
Oh.
feel like we're gonna see more just like almost third
Flock around.
spacey kind of games
Third
where it's
space
like
games. Yes.
where it's less focused on the play. Like maybe you have a mechanic, but it's more about you being with your friends
Yeah.
within the space.
It's
So
like
I'm
sledding
thinking
game
like
also.
sledding game on together,
Yeah.
which is kind of like a co-working game, but there's
Yeah,
like
the On Together.
park stuff. Yeah, I think third space games will be.
great.
Do
I
you
love
think there'll
that.
be
For audio people, it was Flock Around is the bird watching game.
Do you think, and obviously like we'll never really be able to perfectly clock like the name of a genre because those are always kind of getting fiddled with by like the masses. I do think, because we've talked about this on Remap with like the friend slop thing about third space being too like academic of a phrase. Like, what do you think they're like? What's like a more internet coded way to say
Like,
third space games?
I don't know, like hangout games. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
too
hangout,
like
but-
yeah, maybe something like that.
yeah.
Hang game.
I don't know. What are the kids
Hang
saying
game.
these days?
Hang game.
And I guess like, what do you think it would take for that to be differentiated from friend slop? Because I think friend slop has an element of hang. Is
Right.
it just the
I think
prox
it's
chat,
more,
like lack of prox chat, would be the case, or do you?
Well, I think
Like, I
like
think-
prox
I feel like
chat would
working
be
towards
there.
a goal, right?
Yeah.
Like peak, you're working towards a goal. Like sure, like Flock Around, I'm sure has like centralized goals of getting all the birds or whatever, but it feels more
Just hang.
relaxed.
Yeah,
and
or,
you're not
like,
working
there's
together,
no-
like asynchronous work.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, yeah.
And there's no like, okay, I don't know how to like death, I guess, because on together, no death. I imagine Flock Around, probably you can't die. I don't think in Big Walk, probably you can't die. I would
Yeah.
assume. And
I-
so it's like players can't be removed from
Just
the setting
fail states.
through the mechanics.
yeah. Maybe this is a broader way of saying that, but I feel like slop games are probably prime streaming real estate
Yeah.
versus the third place games probably would be really hard to do an engaging
Did-
stream about.
Did
Listen,
I
like,
did I
the-
nail it with cozy slop? Is that what people were going to call it? I'm not saying they should call it that. I get that's the Metroid Brainia of
Right.
the slop spin-off, but like, I mean,
I
that might
don't
be
know.
what
I
they
could
call it.
see that getting adopted. I would hate for it to.
Me too.
Yeah.
I hate that I've been
Well, what
putting
do
it
we
out on every
call-
show I'm on.
What do we call Animal Crossing? It's pretty much that, right?
And that's so different though. Like that is, I get what you mean. Where it's like, hey, are we not just hanging out and you're a guy and I'm a
Hang out
guy
during
and we're
COVID,
guys? Yeah, but they're like I think the lack of I think the chat is really what
Yeah.
Sure.
changes it, you know, a bit. But I mean, all of these ideas have existed in a form. It's kind of like how do you package them together and the emphasis on it. Well, like Animal Crossing, you can totally play by yourself. You can't play Peak by yourself. You can, but no one is. And if you are,
Right.
Yeah.
keep that to yourself. Don't tell people you're
Right.
playing Peak alone.
Like, so sad.
Yeah,
Like,
it's those people who
on
played Mario
together.
Party growing up with no siblings. Like that was always so sad. Like,
Yeah.
Wasn't there like this like
you and the computer
Just,
hanging
just
out.
me, just me and
is.
CPU Toad hanging out.
Look at all my stars.
Oh my
everywhere.
god.
Oh,
Yeah.
wasn't there a campfire game? Like you just like,
Yes.
hang around
the
the
Nintendo
campfire.
one.
Yes.
Cozy, it was like chilling by
Cozy
the
campfire
campfire or
sounds
something
right.
like that. It was like
Campfire
chilling by the fire.
Feelings
Let me look it up.
campfire. Yeah.
It was called Chilling by the Fire. Specifically, there was no G though. It had the little apostrophe. Chilling by the
Chillin'.
fire. Yes, MinMax streamed this. We made content
Well,
off this game.
And there's Fireside Feelings,
That
which is
one
another
is what
one.
I was thinking of. Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah. So
I like this. I love
Maybe
this.
chill slop instead of cozy.
Chill slop.
God, I hate slop so
I hate
much.
that too. I know.
I'm making it third
This is just what
space
the kids
game.
Like,
decided.
really
I want
trying
the
to make
kids.
it happen.
I want the kids to
It's already
to
happening.
move to academic.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
They're not going to though. Like
They
they,
will.
won't.
Because
People
they're
want
doing-
something sexy. They don't want academic. That's why Search and
Yeah.
whatever games didn't exist. It's Metroidvania. Search action.
Yes.
No one liked that.
Nothing
When they tried to
sexier
roll
than
that
We're
out.
slop.
making it happen. We're making it happen right here. I think the kids are
Are
watching.
we making chill slop happen or something?
No, I'm putting third space games.
Okay, but let the record show. When
Janet
this cozy chill slop
disagrees.
hits the
Yeah.
tower, I will be the reason. But
Also,
yeah,
I
think
didn't realize
that's a hot.
Chilling by
a
the
hot
Fire
item.
launched. I thought that was a 2026 game.
No, that's been out. Yeah, it's ready now. You can chill by the fire now.
Go,
Sure can.
go and chill.
Super cute.
Also, I want to shout out a possibility. Yeah, hear me out. Hear me out. That 2026 is going to be the year of games we've been waiting for. So we talked a little bit earlier about hoping a lot of these games come through. I feel like with Lucid recently saying like, "Hey, we're coming in 2026," I feel like there are a lot of games that are going to hit this year that it's like, you know, you've been waiting for it, and it's coming 2026. What do we think? How are we feeling about that?
What games fall under that umbrella? Is it like the ones that we mentioned? She Dreams Elsewhere, Play Dead?
I want to check.
I mean, like-
Wax Heads is another one that makes me think of that.
I'm
I
curious
think-
what would differentiate it between any other year that we've been looking forward to games like
I
what
think,
would
like-
make
That's
these
true.
games like
These are,
more.
Little Devil Inside level, but like not that one because
Yeah.
that
I
was
would put
like a-
Wax Heads in that category, but like something like a Sheet Dreams All-Star where we all played we initially met Davion in like 2016 probably.
I was gonna say maybe 10 years
Yeah,
ago
yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
something that's been really quiet for a
No
long
offense,
time.
take your time, Davion.
Yeah, Davion.
Yeah,
please
yeah,
take
yeah.
care of
Take
yourself.
your time, 100%.
But also, I really want to play.
I think we need to figure out a way to package that if we were to, because it is quite broad. Where like every year there probably is a game that, especially in the indie space, where people like are so quick to like share the development process, which is like again not a bad thing. It just is the case. You end up seeing these games for like a really long time.
How about 3 games that have been announced 5+ years ago?
That's fun. I like that.
I like it.
I like that.
I like it.
Yeah, I like the numbers to really
Yeah.
like, make it more metric
We're
driven.
scientists here,
Yeah.
data-driven.
Okay.
Because like
So-
KPIs.
Witchbrook would be in that for
Witchbrook.
me. For example, Paralives maybe was that announced?
Paralives
I always count-
feels like it was a while
I'll count
ago, yeah.
Paralives, yeah. If I doubt it's this year, Haunted Chocolatier.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my god, I
that'd be
would
wild.
absolutely
That'd be
perish
wild.
if it came out this year. I'd be so happy.
Depends on when that Stardew Valley update is dropping.
I feel like there's
That's
no way
like-
it's coming out this year,
I
but
don't think it is.
I
can you
don't think
imagine
that
Fields
would
of
work.
Mystery 1.0 facing off against Haunted Chocolatier?
Oh my god!
Again,
How
Wild.
against Witchbrook, like that would be the absolute. If
Yeah.
we had all
literally
of those.
crying for Sarah at the thought of it. I'm sure they
Oh my
thought about that.
god!
But what are you gonna do? Like stop living your life, you know? But
Yeah,
Um,
and just
Yeah,
play those
Lucid, like you
games.
mentioned, is
Yeah.
also on that list.
Also on that list. I feel like this is going to be one of those categories that makes me feel sad because I'm like, oh no, that was 5 years ago that was announced. And
but no, but you'll feel happy because if it
But
comes
it's
out,
coming,
you can check and
because
say,
it's
oh, it's
coming.
been like because you won't. I don't think you'll go back on the ones that didn't come out and say how long. You know what I mean? We'll just catch a vibe for the ones that release and then double check when they were announced.
right.
But yeah, Wex's was announced. I don't know when it was announced, but it is quite old.
Oh, Dead
I
Pets.
remember playing that a while ago.
How long
I think
ago
so.
did Dead Pets get?
That might
announced?
be right on the border of
Situation.
5 years.
To that end, even Mugenics, I think, was announced quite a while ago. I know we were talking
Yeah.
about that game, but I guess we're not counting that for this because it had a date before this year. I think that's also the spirit of it, right?
Sure, yeah.
Um,
Dead Pet's surprised it's less than a month away.
Yeah, that's soon.
Yeah, they just
other-
announced the
Today.
February
The-
announced.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how to write this quickly. 3 games,
the-
5+ years.
The 3-5 rule. I don't know.
Yep, obviously.
We'll remember
obviously.
what that means.
Yeah.
This is me once again reaching back into the genre bucket. Is there something happening with like we had Blueprints, we have Seance of Blake Manor? Are we like solving more mysteries this year? Like, do you think that's going to be an upward trend in terms of releases? Weird house game? I don't know how we'd categorize it. Mystery games.
House games are here. Yeah. House
That would have been
party.
Year of Control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reaching
the oldest
across
one.
the aisle of the AAA that
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah. Across the picket line.
Or do y'all think that was like, no, we just happened to get Blueprints and then we got Seance of Blake Manor and that's kind of like a one-off? Or do you think that's pointing towards...
Also, root
Is
trees.
this-
Root trees are
have a weird
dead.
house?
It's in a house, and it's.
I feel like that's more-
lots
it's
of
giving
weird
more Emily is away, though,
House
now.
adjacent.
I mean, not literally because the gameplay's very different, but like, I think being on a computer is different.
Yeah, a little bit. It's like Emily
Building
Away or
relationships.
Hypnospace.
Maybe it's the year that
Also-
we start smooching houses instead.
Okay.
Well,
Solve
we
the
have Date
mystery.
Everything already. That's stuff
Fair,
in the house.
Fair.
And there's another one where the houses do date, right? Isn't that a game
Building-
already?
I
Not
think
building
building
relationships.
relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's this year, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, I think
Can
so.
the dating sim genre do anything now that Date Everything has existed? Like, have we exhausted all ideas now?
I
feel
don't
like
think
we
so.
probably had collectively as a society, we probably had that conversation about how to hold boyfriend also. So I feel like there's still something out there.
Right.
But they had
There's
you
still
date
stuff
everything.
we can switch. You date everything in the house. You know, there's stuff
We're going outside.
outside the boundaries.
Yeah.
Exploring.
What's the game?
You know,
There's a game where
the woods.
you're actually trying to actively avoid dating things. It's like the anti-dating game, but it's like a dating sim. Oh my god, I cannot remember what it's
that
called.
sounds fantastic.
It does.
That's cute.
It's
Yeah.
so cute, and I think I don't think it has release date, but let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, but are there any trends? Other trends I think that pop up in the indie space are animals.
Animals
Are
becoming
any new hot animals like pulling up on the
new
scene?
animals.
Little gator, obviously.
Little
feel
gator.
like I've
I don't
seen
think
more
he's taking off
I
though.
think-
I don't.
I think
so.
rats
I feel like
are kind of having a
capybaras
moment.
and rodents. Yeah, like rodenty
Okay.
creatures.
Remember that thing we played, Jill, at the Xbox thing with the Hella or Helia?
Oh, hella.
Oh,
Yeah.
hella.
mhm.
Yeah, is that?
Yeah.
I forgot, is that slated for this year? That's like a
It
rat
is.
mouse
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say
I think frogs
The
are
year
probably
of the
still,
indie rat.
Frogs are,
Frogs
are still strong.
Frogs are big.
Yeah.
Frogs are
Because we
doing
got Big
things.
Hops, we got the
Yeah.
Fall Guys dev, their new game. I also want to make a proposal for an animal that just left my brain.
damn.
Porcupine.
Crab.
Oh,
I think
okay.
crabs are returning.
I think
crabs are coming back.
Crabs
Oh,
are.
really?
Go invest
There's
in
that
crabs.
that killer Devolver Dungeon game that got announced last year. That was
Yeah.
absolutely incredible.
I don't think it's the year of the crab, though.
No?
I think it's rodent time.
I do think
think
it's
it's rodent
rodent
time?
time.
Rodents.
I think
Rodents
so.
are
When's Plague Tale
big.
slated to come out? That'll probably lead the charge.
Not soon enough.
I want to shout out Wonderling, which is coming out on the 26th. It
That's
was a little
another mouse game,
So
yeah. Okay.
very, very cool.
It's sad
Uh,
that that one mouse game missed the cut. The Winter Burrow. That would have been
Winter
good
Burrow,
know,
to
so
be in there.
barely.
I
Small
had a lot
Saga
of fun
also.
with it.
Yeah, Small Saga missed it.
Mouse.
I'm down for rodents.
PI, mouse for hire. That's
So I guess what do we?
Another
What
rat,
do we?
rat like.
How
Yeah.
many mice? How many rodent like games do we need for this to count? Do we think,
I think you could
or should we
easily
just
get,
vibe base it?
I think you could easily get 5 this year.
5 rodent games. We already
Yeah.
have.
Let's
if Hella
say
comes out,
s-
that'll be 1.
Yeah,
Hella, Mouse.
Wanderling, or
Wanderling.
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 That's
Wanderling.
2.
PI, mouse for hire, mouse PI for hire.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Is that the same as the mouse?
Can
right?
we
Is that-
can we
I
combine
think it's a mouse.
the genres?
Clarification.
Oh, sorry.
Mouse or rodent?
Rodent.
I think just rodent because
Rodent.
I don't know the difference between a
'Cause
mouse
then
and
you
a rat,
got
and I don't want to learn.
There's
You got
one
Raccoon?
smaller.
Yeah.
But that's
And-
not a.
Okay,
that's
okay, okay.
That's
What
that's a
if-
raccoon
That's a
rodent.
though.
What if we pick?
Is a raccoon a rodent?
It is.
think so.
In the rodent family, maybe.
I think we all know that's giving soup sandwich though, or not soup
Okay.
sandwich. Hold
Okay.
on.
No, no. But
Sandwich
what about
hot
what
dog.
about what about pest?
Capybara castaway. Capybaras are rodents.
Capybaras are cute. How about pest type animals on the rise?
We can just put rat mouse. I'm cool with that. 'Cause
Rat
I don't want
mouse.
to take credit for that. I think raccoon's totally different. I think capybara is also like
Not what you think
it's
about.
not the
It's
year
not a
for it right
true
now. But
rodent,
capybara
yeah.
spa was a few
Okay.
years ago. I definitely think they could have a moment, but they just aren't there yet.
Yeah.
Raccoons are not a rodent. My apologies.
Okay. Animals that could be the subject of a plague. You got frogs.
No, just birds, right?
You got
The birds are not in this.
birds are not in this. Get out of here, birds.
Just put rat mouse.
I like
Yeah.
Rat
five,
mouse.
but I want to
Year-
throw
year
frog
of the
in there
rat mouse.
too. I want to throw frog in there
think
too.
it's
I
the
think
year
frogs
of the
already had their
frog.
moment.
Frogs had
Frogs
their time.
had their moment.
but,
Okay.
And they're still
Okay.
having their moment. Like
I
they're still
think it was, like,
popular.
2022 was like the peak
Yes.
year of the frog, and then
of
we
frogs.
like
Year of the frog.
birth of
We're
the frog.
past it. We're,
It's just like how
we're going
dogs
downhill.
and cats have also like they're kind of just in the zeitgeist now.
Yeah.
Like dogs,
Yeah.
cats,
They're here now.
frogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frog downhill.
Like in my mind, there's like
Rodents rule.
what is it called? The indie animal Mount Rushmore. And when you look at it, there's a dog, a cat, and a frog. And I think those are
crabs
the
are
three,
also.
the big. Enough though. There's a couple games with crabs.
I think
It's
so.
kind of like spiders to me. I don't think they've really
Dude,
taken off yet.
Crab champions.
No. Spiders better
Crab
never
Rave
take
took
off.
over the world, man.
That's all I'm saying.
That was all crab champions.
I think
Everything
it's
is
niche.
crabs
I
is
feel like
coming this
crabs
year.
are like a niche subset. Like they're popular, but they have like.
Like I don't think they're going to be on the indie animal Mount Rushmore yet. I think they need
Okay.
a little bit more.
This needs to be
Okay.
a whole new category of us building an indie zoo. So I'm just putting that down. Indie zoo idea for next week.
That could be cute. We all bring games like oh, this has different animals, how they incorporate
Yeah,
animals.
yeah.
Make a tally.
I love
I
it.
have a specific one.
I'm ready.
Silk Song DLC 2027.
Oh, you
Oh,
think
so
it
it gets
gets
delayed.
Delayed. Interesting. Interesting.
I'm down to have that on there. I feel like though they won't. I don't think they'll delay again because they delayed so much before.
Did they specifically say 2026?
I think
They
so.
said it with their
Yeah.
Or
eyes.
did they just say it's coming?
No, I have no idea.
It's coming.
Let
It's
me
coming.
see. It
You don't
says
know them like I do.
2026.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I don't want want to put it out in the world where we have a delayed
Yeah,
Silksong DLC.
yeah. I don't want to. I don't want that bad juju.
I don't mind putting it on in the card personally, but I don't think so because this is not accurate at all because it's probably not true. But in my mind, they're like it's already done and they just didn't hit go yet on it. I don't know how far into it they are, or if
Yeah,
it is
I
like we're
understand.
basically ready.
I definitely understand the thinking of like they definitely don't want to put a delay announcement out there
Mm-hmm.
again. I mean, you change it to 2026, give ourselves a pseudo free space if we're confident. Take the gamble.
I'm not that confident. But yeah, that's one worth considering. I guess are there any like indie delays are so weird
Yeah.
that it's hard to call
Yeah.
them in the same way for other games.
Well, it's also like, what time? Hold on. Checking an embargo. This is publishing like tomorrow afternoon, right?
It'll be after 9 a.m. at least. If you want,
Can it be
like,
after,
let
can
me
it
know.
be after 10 a.m.?
Can be after 10 a.m. if you want.
Well,
yeah.
it's like that's like Coffee Talk Tokyo just got delayed. Also,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Hard
we're
to-
gonna see that. That's gonna be like a free space of like, but it only got delayed, y'all, like a month. It's not. It's not
Oh
terrible.
yeah,
it's not
May
terrible.
21st.
Don't worry about
yeah,
it.
No, it's fine.
I realized that we might have made some people panic there. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's just a little bit. Can I do something that I think is perhaps not maybe smart, but is very optimistic and I want to happen very badly?
Sure.
Sure, what's
the,
up?
The AI bubble burst happens this year.
I was gonna put that up as well. Actually, is like the AI.
Yeah.
Just, I want it done.
I want
I'd love to see that.
Like we're already getting a lot of people
lot
be talking about
already.
AI, and then there's get a lot of pushback of people being like, "We don't want that. Cut it out."
We
So-
can put it, but I think we're still like 2 years away at least from like a full burst. Because what would you count
Yeah.
as
We're-
it, like, you know what I mean?
We're starting.
I think there's some dissenters, but even then, there's always going to be, especially if like popular opinion leans anti-AI, there will always be those people that are just like, I'm just using it on the side, not saying nothing, because that just is how it is. Yeah, I don't know. If anything, like, this is so negative. I almost feel like not the opposite, but I feel like we are being like forced to accept it to a degree, and already maybe have been.
Yeah.
It's just it's just a tough. It's just weird.
I feel it's gonna go the way of NFTs. How like everyone was pushing it and just like it was the biggest thing, and then very quiet, sort of embarrassed. Oh, we're not doing that anymore. Let's not talk about it. But there are still some people who are like, oh yeah, NFTs are the future.
I partially
think we're gonna
agree,
get
but
that.
I think the problem is, as much as I hate to say it, AI is more useful for something than an NFT is. Like an NFT is like, just, like, you know, like I feel like that was just like a cash grab vibe of like maybe we can do this with DLC, but at least like again, I don't agree with it, but it can be used to like make a thing. I don't think you should use it. Versus like the NFT was more of like what you're selling versus what you're process. I don't know, but I'm cool putting something with AI in there, even if it's the Bulbaverse, because it's just a bingo
Yeah.
card for funsies. But I don't believe in the square. I'm sorry. Is
shame
that
that,
okay to say here?
It's a shame that NFTs burned the year of the monkey. You know, any monkey potential that's out the window. That's
Yeah.
delayed another 5 years at
Unfortunate.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know they really did take down that animal
Yeah.
stuff.
That not gonna be on the Mount Rushmore anytime soon.
It's not going to be in our zoo.
But you know,
at all,
frogs
yeah.
survived the Pepe meme. Like they don't, you know, that's not held
Yeah.
against
That's true.
frogs. So anything is
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
It's true. Monkeys will make a comeback.
Justice.
Put that on
Justice for
the bingo
monkeys.
bingo calendar.
Monkeys make a
whatever we're
comeback.
calling it.
This year,
But
no,
they'll-
though I
that's
think
all
you're,
right.
I think you're ahead of your time with the monkeys.
D Jungle
We had
is
Ape Out.
on
We did have Ape Out.
is early access right now, and that's a monkey. So
Which title is this?
D Jungle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
haven't played
Monkey.
that yet. Looks great.
it looks
I
great.
haven't played
Yeah.
that either.
Go check it out.
Do we have any? I'm just trying to think of like different kind of categories and ways to like look at this. Any ideas for like merch this year, or like maybe something in that realm we can do? We already got Silksong merch that just came out like a month or two ago, or like calling your shot, like the kind of like how I know sometimes we do this with like, oh, will this game get a physical release? Maybe there's something we could do with like that kind of idea.
Okay. Okay.
That's as far as I can take it. That was like, I have nothing up my sleeve.
I have no
Mixtape,
idea at all,
we'll get
but
something.
Mixtape is gonna get
Oh, yeah,
100%
for sure, mixtape.
something.
Get
Mixtape
something.
Trying to think of
merch.
like the Lost in Cult boutique kind of
Yeah.
treatment a little bit.
selfishly, I just want Fields of Mystria to get a physical release.
Sure.
Oh,
For its
I guess
1.0.
That has fan
I want
gamer
it
vibes
actually.
to it.
I want
It
Fields
does,
of
yeah.
Mystria to come to Switch for its 1.0. I want
I
that
think it will.
to be a part of the announcement. I
Yeah.
think it will too.
Okay.
Do you want
me
to put that as a
that?
prediction? I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Mystria on Switch. Switch 2?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Okay. Yeah, let's make it just a little bit harder for ourselves. I think we're going to see another May 9th. I don't know if that's just too easy.
Multiple.
Should we see?
Can we
should
say
have
we're
a-
going to see like 2 or 3 May 9ths?
three May
like,
9ths.
3 May 9ths? 3 May 9ths.
Or 4, 1 per quarter.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Oh, God.
No, I love this. 4 May 9th.
I think 4 is too big of an ask. I think 3.
Don't have
is
to be per
alright.
quarter, but I think it's.
How many
whenever
games do you
Herman
need
and
to
Pig
count
Day-
that? And
Herman
can you
and
remind
Pig
me?
Day
big.
is fucking
Yeah.
wild.
Like
people-
January 20th to 22 is
This
pretty
week is
wild right
also
now.
nuts.
For people that might be newer to the show, can y'all remind me what like May 9th was and like what this means?
The May 9th is in reference to a day or a very close cropping of days where indie games that are high profile, must cover, must play kind of indies are dropping all at the same time. So it makes it very, very fun for people who are playing indie games and very, very stressful for people who are covering indie games. May 9th being, it had like 10.
Cryptmaster, Little Kitty,
Little
I think
Kitty
for
Big
the Spotlight or
City,
something was in.
yeah.
No, Crow Country
Like-
was in there.
Yeah. So there was just like
Yeah.
a huge amount of titles
Big heavy
that
hitters.
are popping up.
And I forgot what date was that last year? Do you remember? Because one year it was May 9th. That's why we call it May 9th. And then last year it was like
a
April
couple
or
of different
something.
days,
or- I
but
don't
yeah,
know.
remember.
no, it was definitely. I had the situation where I was walking around my house and I was talking to my partner and I was like, this date is so the May 9th, and they're just looking at me like I have no idea what you're talking about. So I love that we're gonna create this as
Yeah.
a thing that people say.
And this is just like a temperature check. Would y'all agree that like for a game to be for another date to get that like May 9th attribution, 4 or more releases? Is that the vibe, or is it like 3 or more?
I want to say 5 or more.
I'm going to say 5 or more.
5 or more. Okay. All right. Cool. Hopefully we remember that in the
Okay.
next 300 days. Because those one of those things we're like, what did we say? Does this count? Like, and I could write it down, but I'm not going to. I
Yeah.
gotta be honest.
I think
I
is Jill writing them down?
I'm writing them. I've got
Yeah,
it.
Jill's
You can-
got it.
But
I'll-
are
I'll
you
share
gonna
what-
capture
what-
the essence of what it is though as well?
I'll share what I've got so far. Let's see.
Because that's where the debates come in. But
Okay, so far, Little Devil Silence, 5 Cozy Creepy, Third Space Games, 3 games, 5+ years old. What is Indie? Free Space.
That's
Frog,
funny.
Downhill, Rodents Rule, AI Bubble Burst, Mystery on Switch 2, and Quarterly May 9 is what I
These are
have
fun.
so
Cool.
far. Do we want to go for specific games that we think might drop this year? Because I've got 2 very specific on my list.
I have
let me look.
a swing for one.
I would love to hear your
What
swing.
is it?
I am a firm believer that there was this post that Devolver put out a while back saying that they were
Okay.
going to drop a game the same day as Grand Theft Auto 6. And I fully believe they're going to do that. And I think that game is Hotline Miami 3.
Okay.
Wow, that's so specific.
That
I
would
love
be
it.
such a Devolver thing to do too.
Yeah.
I feel like Devolver, and this is genuinely like a compliment. Like I don't mean this like in a backhanded way. They're like one of the few companies that can pull off the like little shithead in the back of the room without seeming like an edgelord. Like that's really hard to
They
do.
do it very well.
And they like manage to do it, and it doesn't. Obviously, they are a corporation, so I don't want to pretend like, oh, brands are our
Yeah.
buds. But also, like, I'd dap them up if they were a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Devolver is really good at that, which is
Yeah.
tough to do. So, shout out to them. Yeah, but that's a good one. It's a fun one.
Yeah.
Um,
In the vein of kind of a shadow droppy idea, I think the Half Mermaid / Sam Barlow projects shadow drop during a showcase or event of some sort.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. I remember
that's a good
drafting
one,
that
yeah.
one year and getting burned to hell because it didn't come out.
I think also similarly, go back to Devolver, I think Katana Zero's expansion is a shadow drop. If it's still this year.
Okay. I also want to shout out for this year coming out, Omoot and Echo Weaver are the two games I really want to see that we don't know if they're popping up or not.
Yeah. Okay, that's what this game is. I mixed up Omoot with this one game called like Omelet that's already out that I've been wanting to play.
Yep.
Has anyone played that? Is it good? It looks good.
I have not.
Oh, this was a fun demo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it rips.
I'm keeping an eye on it.
The one I'm thinking of is called Omelet You Cook.
Oh yeah.
Is that
yes,
good?
Yes. I have not played it, but I know what you're
I
talking
like
about.
looking at it. I haven't played it at all. I gotta play this. Oh, it's in early access. You know, I'm gonna put the demo in my library. I want this to be the year that I play more demos. Y'all be waxing me on the demos, and I'm like, I don't want to play your game until it's out, and then I'm not playing it because I forget, which is the dumb. Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, so I'm just never playing the game. So I want to start just like, boom, we're adding the demos to the library, and when we boot the Steam Deck, we just see what demos got added. Like a little kid getting their iPad loaded with content. That's how I want to be with my Steam Deck.
Here's a fun one. Janet genuinely enjoys 3 Mike Sicko games this year.
Ooh, okay. That's funny because I can just either lie and say I did enjoy them or lie and say I did enjoy them. Yeah, I'll
love
take
it.
that.
I
do
love
want to
that.
try more of your little games.
My little games.
Have
Yeah.
I liked any of your Sicko games so far?
I was
think
literally
not technically.
thinking of Arctic
Mouthwashing.
Eggs when you
But
said.
that was like all of our. You know what I mean? Like we can give it
Yeah.
to Mike if we want, but like I don't
It's a
think.
Sicko game.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Sicko
but
game.
I get. I'm curious. Like, does Mike need to have? Oh, he brought it to me. I played it, and then or can it be like we show up this week? Oh, we both played a Sicko game. Like, does that still count?
I'm
I'm fine with the counting. I just want to make
could bear
sure
his
that.
cross that I need to bring it to the table.
Yeah, I think that would
Okay.
be fair. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
that's more fun. I want to make you work for it. You know, like
Listen, About Fishing is first on the list.
okay.
I love it.
Let
I
me look
love
this
it.
up again. Even though I heard you mention it, 10 minutes ago, but I have to add it. Oh, I've been hearing a lot about this game. My game that I hope comes out is Woodo. I don't know if we want to put that on the pile though.
Yes.
I'm
oh
down.
my gosh, I'm
Let's
also
put it.
putting that out there in the world. I love that demo so much.
It seems so good. Just as a quick shout out, it's a 3D cute like puzzle diorama type game. So if that's up your alley, like please go wishlist it because I really and it has a demo actually out. It's probably the one that we played at PAX 1 or 2 years ago. But yeah, it was so cool. I loved it.
I want to shoot for the fence here, saying a game from January will rank in the top 10 Metacritic scores for 2026.
You
Came
love
from
these
January.
early quarter.
I like
things.
their-
What's on
Yeah.
your mind here with these?
Who knows?
You looking at something? You're not using any like critical powers on this, are you? You're like, I've already played a game from
To be
February
cheating?
type. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I was gonna say it
It's
like that,
impossible
but
to
I was
know.
just asking. You
It's
know,
impossible to know.
I'm okay
It's
with
possible.
that. It's fun.
Yeah.
Something like, I'm saying this without any context. I have not played any of the games I'm about to mention. I think like Cassette Boy could be on that list. I think
Cassette
Neo
Boy
could be on that list.
To be
We're
clear,
looking
are
at a
we
lot of
only
good-
counting
It's gonna
indie
rate that
games
high?
for this?
I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like Jenny would give it that highest score.
Is
I
it
haven't
is
played
just
it.
indie?
No, I
idea.
had some critique. The demo was very good, but I had some critiques with the demo, so that's.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'm excited
What's
to
coming
play
out
more.
next week? Next week,
There's not a lot.
what's come out already? Okay, we've got Big Hops already come out.
Yeah.
Quarantine Zone, the last check, I think might get
I think that's
some
more
real love.
Sales
It's more a
than-
stream game, but I think
Yeah.
it's going to get some good love. Cassette Boy, we've seen Hank Drowning on Dry Land. Kajora is out. I'm just looking over thing. Mio, TR49 just recently, very recently got announcement. It's also coming out next week. Perfect Tides is coming out next week.
Oh,
Call to the
Earth
Lamb
Must Die.
Rule Haven.
Earth Must Die just got a date today.
What was it?
Earth Must Die, the new
Oh yeah.
No More Robots.
Yeah. Wanderling, like I said. Core Keeper Cairn is out this month. Don't Stop Girly Pop coming out
can't
this
wait.
month. It's gonna be good. So
Man,
I feel like
wanted to like that so much. I can't. I'm not very good at the fast pace.
oh
thing.
no.
I wish I could play it.
So I feel like we've got a lot of contenders here for getting high up on the list. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Something is there something here with indies on the Steam Machine? Something with the Steam Machine
There could be
correlation.
something kind of
you know?
fun there. Are you thinking like you know how we were talking about the switch to Nindy Renaissance that didn't happen? Is it like that?
Maybe
but
like,
then
does the Steam Machine become the new
Switch.
the new indie machine, the new Switch?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
People be dropping $1,000 to play the Shaved Ice Shop. You know?
hell yeah, is that a real game?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Came out
okay,
in
hold
December.
on. Shaved Ice Shop Steam. In that one, I guess we can just do vibes based. You know, like are
Yeah.
there, you know what I mean? Like, well, no, is this a sicko game?
Oh,
Cozy
yeah,
horror.
it's a sicko
Where
game.
you run a shaved
Yeah.
ice shop.
Yeah, listen. one
Did
of
you
those
play this?
cozy
Did you
horror
like
games.
it?
I played the demo. It almost made my PC implode. So I did not get too
Okay.
much into it.
I will say the reviews are mixed, which usually is like something might be
Yeah, you know.
have some trouble under the hood potentially
Possibly.
of this game. Okay, yeah, it seems like it might need some time to cook a little bit. I will wishlist it, so it's in the wishlist ether. But this is like not important at all. It is like not on topic. But you know that game Popucom? Is that an indie game? Is Hypergriff an indie studio? Does anyone know? They're like a Chinese
What's
video game
Popucom?
studio. It's like this. Hold on, let me show it to you.
Popcom. Cute.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It came out on Steam initially, but got ported to Switch not that long ago.
Fireshine is a.
Fire Shine's
Yeah.
kind of indie, I would say.
100%.
I count
So maybe it's
Fireshine
an
as
indie.
an indie pub.
Okay, so then I can tell this one-line story because this is now an indie game. I've been wanting to play it. I forgot about it. I was like, I'm going to wait till console because it's like a co-op game. So now that I'll triple check that's indie and then I'll report back when I play it. I asked Ben like from MinMax, hey, like there's this game, blah blah. Can you see about codes? Like I'm interested in it, and it's like one of those autocorrect situations and like these freaking indie game names where it's called Popucom. And he wrote, "Here's your porcupine switch code." And I'm like, "Come on, Ben, put some respect." I was just like an autocorrect or something, but it's just funny. Of like, no, Dad, it's called Popucom. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Yo,
Porcupines are
Fireshine-
going to be in the indie zoo. Just saying.
Fireshine got some heat coming out. Duskfade, Gumbo God, Dench
Is this like
Yeah,
just an indie
yeah.
publisher that I just like didn't know the name of? Oh, they did Core Keeper. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lens Island. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, I didn't clock this.
Do we want to
Okay,
put them
yeah,
on
good to
our
know.
bingo? That this is their year?
Not this is their
I don't
year.
think
That's-
so.
Also, I'm starting to think that when we say this is your year, you're gonna have like a mid-year because I feel like I
Was it
feel
Eastward last year?
responsible
Yeah.
for Eastward. Though I did hear Demon School was good. I haven't gotten to it
Yeah.
I
myself,
haven't gotten to it yet, but yeah.
but people were hot on Demon School. I think,
And
and I do think Love Eternal's gonna
Love
be good.
Eternal's
That's
going to be good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's enough for it to be their year, but I guess to that end, do we want to do anything on like the indie publisher front?
Pick a
Do we
name.
want to say that this is the
Curse
year of
them.
self-publishing? Like,
Yeah.
this is the year where, which I'd have to think, but like a certain number of self-published titles are going to be the ones that like stand out to us over titles with publishers. I'm trying to think of how to like structure this so it's
How about
measurable.
bear with me here.
Okay.
During the Keeleys, half the games are self-published in the indie category.
I feel like there's no way. Half is so
That's
much.
wild. Yeah.
But if it is going to be the year of
if
self-publishing,
it's-
it would have to be a higher.
Yeah, it has to be a big number. It has to be half.
It's got to be a big number.
It's hard to self-publish when other people have money that you
true.
don't have. Like,
How
you know
about
what I mean?
instead of the Keeleys, we go with the Indie Game Awards?
Could do that too.
Would that
That
be
could be
too
good.
easy?
We could do indie council like us, like our top 10. That's half self. I think that's.
That too.
It's not
I like
nothing.
that.
We're not
Yeah.
as flashy, but
We could take on the Keeleys.
Yeah, Jenny's whole list is self-published.
Please
Yeah,
welcome to the
because
show.
like I think that could be because I feel like not to say that we're like I don't know better than any of those shows or something, but it's just like I think the idea is like that there's notable bangers being self-published, and I feel like
And they'll get
obviously we
overlooked.
all have different tastes and stuff, but like we kind of encompass, you know, in at least our opinions, right? So I think that feels like a good marking.
So what in our collective top 10 at the end of the year, 5 are self-published?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool.
I've got self-pub.
No cheating,
half
Jill.
icy top
I know
10.
you ordered your list based on how
Stacking it.
the ranking happens. Which,
Sometimes,
just
you
so you
know,
know,
you gotta
you're
think
going
about
to
playing the game.
gamer hell, by the way, and there's bad people in there. Where you're like, what I did wasn't nearly as bad as what these people are doing, and it's like, well, you're all in line at gamer hell, so
That's
be
another.
careful.
That's another topic. Creating gamer hell.
You're getting coal in your. I don't know. What do gamers have? I don't know, your RGB
like
lights or whatever.
Like you can only play with that one third-party controller that doesn't really work that well. That's
Yeah.
gamer hell.
I got a fun one for Jill.
Oh, I'm ready.
God Save Birmingham becomes a streaming banger.
I
Takes over
love
Twitch.
it. I love it.
Trying to remind myself what God's saying.
It is.
Jill's
Birmingham
favorite game of all
is?
time.
Oh man,
Which
it's
one
so
is
good.
that?
It's such a deep, ridiculous like sim game where you're set in
Oh my
like
gosh.
medieval Birmingham and attacking zombies.
This is a very, honestly, like, strangely Jill-coded game.
Yeah.
I see it.
Manor Lord's
Okay.
Groat over here.
Yeah.
Let's go medieval all the way. 100%. Streaming star. I love it. Okay, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more for the last row.
Did we get the Steam
Okay.
Machine thing?
Yeah, we did. Steam Machine Indie King. I have it written. Let's.
Do we want
I'll-
to take a guess? It's kind of double dipping, but do we want to take a guess at the price of the Steam machine?
We could. It's always fun. Like, we're assuming, right? Did they announce 2 models? Like one with a smaller hard drive, one with a big hard drive?
They
So
have not.
Maybe just
It's just the
Okay.
one.
I guess just the cheapest it could be. Like I think
The cheapest it
I
could
think
be.
that. I think that would qualify. Yeah. Out the gate, I think $7.99 comes to mind for me.
I was gonna
That's
say
a-
$7.49
Yeah, I'm in that area too.
for the cheaper
Oh.
one, which hurts to say.
Okay,
It's like I
Jenny,
really-
where do you lean? Are you 49? Are you 99 or something different?
I was closer
Like-
to $7.99,
Yeah.
but
I'm closer to $9.99, but like
$9.99.
I mean,
I'm afraid
899
it- yeah.
but that's a weird number. 900. Like I think 999 is just like so ugly looking. I don't know if they
Yeah.
want to price something
Yeah.
at that.
My thinking was they probably want to undercut the PS5 Pro at the very least. I'd imagine.
How much is that running now?
Which I think isn't it running like 8 now? I think.
It's $749 for the PS
Okay.
Pro.
That's so expensive.
Yeah.
I feel out of touch. I'm like, what do things cost? Like
I know.
I
Well,
don't have a
they
Pro.
keep on changing because all these RAM prices,
Yeah.
power prices.
Okay.
I
how
mean, maybe
about
are we too
Steam
low
Machine?
at $7.99? Is it going to be
I
like
was gonna
$8.99?
say, is this?
I
Cause
think-
I didn't even think about the RAM prices because if those are still
Yeah.
increasing,
I think that's why we haven't heard anything yet because when it was announced, they said Q1 launching. So I'm sure they're waiting.
To see where that lands, yeah.
Yeah,
So
my
maybe we
thinking.
should-
I'm in the camp that I'm thinking if they want to try to succeed in being like a living room console, they have to undercut Xbox and PlayStation.
I mean, I think that would be good for them to do. I just don't know if.
If it's feasible.
Do we have any
do
memory
it.
of when they? And I guess this is kind of different though. Because their last console attempt wasn't really a console; it was like more of like a remote play kind of thing, right? The Steam. What was it called?
There were Steam machines back in the day.
Yeah.
What was that
Famously.
price? Does anyone know like what that? What was that price
So
differentiating like
wasn't
initially?
There wasn't an official like Valve Steam machine. It was like they licensed it to other PC manufacturers, as far as I understood.
That sounds
So it was
right. I
different
remember it being
folks
convoluted.
making it. Yeah,
I have written.
It's definitely pricier than the Steam Deck which
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what a Steam Deck
Oh,
goes for nowadays, but
100%.
yeah.
I think Steam Machine greater than 700 is what I have right now.
That feels like a cop out, though.
I would say lower than 1,000. That's like the spicier one.
Yeah, because okay, so Steam Deck
Yeah.
OLED is $549. Looking at that,
By
I
the way-
don't. It doesn't make sense for a Steam Machine to be $700. That feels cheap. Looking at what they're charging for the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Because they were
No.
really setting the grounds for expectation of like, this is going to be.
Oh snap! And actually,
By the way-
the 1 terabyte Steam Deck is $649. So yeah, the Steam Machine
Yeah.
wouldn't be 700 or maybe even 7. I would say maybe 8 or 900 then minimum.
$9.99 is what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe it is $999. Damn, that's expensive.
What's up, Mike?
I swear I didn't set this up. I don't know why, but I one day I added the Steam Machine to my wish list. Like I would forget about it or something.
That's funny.
It's got to be in
Just
there.
there as a square.
It's gotta be there.
Yeah, so I guess just under 1,000 is, I think, is maybe fair and fine.
Steam Machine
I could
under
see a world
1K.
where it's $1,200.
I could see it. I could see that world.
Yeah.
It's the world we're living in.
I'm trying to be better about my
it's
budget,
like-
so I'm genuinely not going to get it if I don't have the money, and I don't think I'd have it even if it was $300 at this point. Because I also decided, like,
planning
what if I
on-
paid back these student loans? They're expensive, guys. It takes so
Yeah.
long.
I think I'm gonna say it's gonna be like right at like $999, right at the 1,000 mark, because I feel like psychologically that's also a price that I don't know. If I was on the Steam Machine marketing team, I would be like, I don't want people to be scared by 4 digits.
Yeah.
Let's put 3
Yeah.
digits, and then basically $999
What
is
is
1,000.
this?
It's the
There
big
you
boy,
go.
the big rock ally,
It's the big.
The ROG Ally is $999.
the
with
higher
more,
model.
Whoa.
That's so much money.
Why are they so expensive?
but also like
I could ask this person.
You could.
the
The,
this
the AI person, the AI face.
The ROG Ally, even though I did play with it, and I actually when I demoed it, I liked my
Yeah.
time with it. But the reviews of that thing have not been good.
Yeah, no. There's some
Which-
people that swear by
unfortunate.
it.
It's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, it's just unfortunate for like it's fun seeing more swings in the handheld market. But yeah, I'm excited for the
my
Steam Machine
tentative-
though, even if I can't buy it. But
Yeah, my tentative plan is I think I'm going to trade in my deck for a machine. Because I mostly play it docked anyways. And I rather the extra little power.
yeah, so
Cool. Love
anyway,
it.
but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We need 4 more now, right?
Yeah. I'm thinking either a sequel or a legacy game wins Game of the Year. So
Like,
what I'm thinking,
Not
a
counting
sequel,
in, like just indie
Overall,
though,
or-
right?
just indie, just indie,
Oh,
just
yeah.
indie.
Okay.
So like, or wins indie game of the year, essentially, of like, I'm thinking it's either going to be a direct sequel or it's going to be like this is from the creator of that thing you love, and
Right.
like that sort of situation
Like Silksong DLC potentially.
potentially. Yeah,
Depending
Tone
on-
Yeah,
2,
but
going for
yeah,
that.
just the DLC is tough for that. Maybe. I mean, it's always safer to bet on what's known. Though oddly enough, for indie, I don't think that's true.
I was gonna say I almost have the opposite proposal. I want to pitch something where it's like a surprise takes over again. Like
Yeah.
maybe not to the extent of Expedition 33, but I'm like I want to say we have like another 2 bangers that come out of nowhere that like take over the zeitgeist.
Okay, debut is the zeitgeist. That's what I'm gonna put.
Hold on, my headphones just died. Ugh.
Okay.
Did I spell zeitgeist correctly? That's the question. The little red squiggle hasn't come up. Did I spell it accidentally completely correctly? That makes
Nice.
me nervous.
Back.
What else? What else could there be?
Who's our publisher that we're picking? What publisher is the
I
the
really
year
like
taking over?
Fireshine. I
think
do.
Fireshine?
I don't know. I think
Eastbird 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Eastbird too.
no,
The
because
Rise of
Eastbird hasn't
Eastbird.
announced. Like, I feel like we've seen the same titles from Eastbird, and like they look really good. But
We
I don't know.
mentioned them earlier, kind of. Akupara?
Power's
What
got
is
some good stuff. Playstack's got some good stuff.
PlayStation got
I
some
would
good
say
stuff.
like
could
a
see
play stack.
Though I don't know how much, like, because they're the ones publishing Ratcoin, right?
Ratcoin.
Yeah.
I don't think that is gonna. I don't know how big that's gonna be, and that might be like a bad take because it is like it's a coin pusher game. It's a roguelike. That's awesome. Like I love coin pusher games, but I don't know. Like I think it might end up hitting like again. I don't think it's gonna be bad, but kind of like how the slot machine one came out this year, Clover Pit. People didn't dislike it, but it didn't really get like the fanfare. So to that
we were
end, I'm wondering
expecting,
is PlayStack gonna? I mean, they do have your also about fishing in here,
And
but I don't know.
Mortal Shell probably will hit. For
Yeah,
folks.
Mortal. That's a big one for people.
We go to Eastwood. Just go to
Yeah.
Demon's
They're
School to
so,
find this.
like-
Look at it.
PlayStack's so like hot and cold sometimes because like Balatro Banger, Rise of Golden Idol. Other ones they're not bad titles. They're just not as like
Oh.
loud.
Eastward doesn't have.
Not
Yeah, just
much.
Love Eternal really.
Right.
Got,
I could be open to PlayStack though, and I think they're also like
Are we going to count Kepler as indie anymore? Are we,
God,
are we doing that? Because Kepler has some pretty cool titles coming up between like Tank Rat, the PVKK. I just don't know if we're going to call them indie. Ontos.
I'm still
Orbitals.
okay with them being on the indie sphere.
I think
I'm cool
Beast.
with them as
Publishing
well.
Echo Weaver. Who's got that?
This is Akapara.
This is Akapara? Then yeah, I like Akapara.
I think I think Akapara fills a wide range of audiences, like Depets for your narrative sickos, Echo Weaver action Metrovania folks, your Airframe, that's the Rain World developer. All the Rain World sickos are gonna flock towards it.
what's the name of the game
Future Vibe Check is Sim.
where it's like we just talked about this episode where it's farming but it's creepy.
Grave
2
Seasons.
coming out.
That's Blumhouse.
That's
Blumhouse.
Blumhouse. Yeah.
I could see that because they're also doing that thing where you fill the gun, the bullet with blood.
Crisol.
And that
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
that wasn't my jam, like gameplay wise. Like I didn't think the gameplay
people
like
liked
hit for
it.
me, but people were
I
into it, and it
love
has
it.
like it has big like it has like good vibes.
They also got Sambala.
Yeah.
I would be
Yeah.
the year of Blumhouse.
the year of Blumhouse. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've got a lot of.
I really
Also-
was into when I played a Grave Seasons.
A weird one. God, what's the name of the Pokemon MMO? Starts with
Pocket
P.
The
Pair?
messed up
gosh.
one.
Pocket Pair?
Yeah.
That's what you're
Pal
looking for?
World.
Pal
Pal
World.
Pal World, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pocket Pair has some heat also.
Has some weird publishing, like, yeah, they're going hard on some stuff.
Like they got Truckful.
Truckful
Oh, okay.
is going
So
to be
Truckful
really
and Normal
fun.
Fishing. Those
Normal
are those are
fishing.
the two I was thinking of.
That's fun.
I'm down
Yeah.
for Blumhouse. Blumhouse being
Yeah.
the one.
I
Yeah.
feel
Year of
strong about
Blumhouse.
Blumhouse.
I think
I
that
like
Grave
it.
Seasons is gonna hit like hard as hell.
I think
Yeah,
so too.
I agree.
And I'm sure they got more stuff cooking that we don't know about.
And I do think people will enjoy the Crisol Theater of the Idols, like because you played it, right, Mike? That's like, or I don't remember if you played it
Yeah.
or just saw it.
No, I played it. I really, really adored it. It reminded me, if it finds this audience, I think like the folks who really love the gameplay of Bioshock would really love it.
Yeah, like I think the people that like it will be drawn to it, and it's not like it was like terrible or like anything. It just didn't really hit for me. But the idea is very cool.
It didn't hit for a lot of folks. Yeah. But
But I feel like all those folks will die off. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to review, but like I'm not going to sit down and write a review for like Theater of Idols. But I think the people that do it will. You know what I mean? I think
are
I'll
going
have
to
this
be
little
really
like
into it.
cult corner. Yeah. So
I forgot this was
This is a
also
cool one.
Brandon Cronenberg.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
So we get a little bit of everything there.
What's simulation? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh
I know
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, this looks sick as heck too.
They're gonna do really well.
House game.
House
There you
game.
go.
House game happens. House party.
Yeah. I mean, just say similar to blueprints and mouthwashing, but they just kind of put
Yeah,
any
there
game
you
in that corner.
Yeah.
They're
Can-
like, what's a game you've played? It's like that. Like, okay.
Yeah. This looks,
Can I
looks
shout
crazy.
out a trend that I think we're gonna see
Yeah.
more of? I think we're
Please.
gonna see indie games with wildly long titles. I'm really interested to see that trend uptick
Go the way
in
of the anime.
2026.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even like the art house film.
Yeah, because I'm looking at Reggie, his cousin, two scientists, and most likely the end of the world.
Oh, that's good. I played
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's a fun game. I'm also looking at the Wide Open Sky is running out of Catfish.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time. Like, I think
This is a good call. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna get more and more of that.
I like that.
They still have that demo out because that's a good one to try for anyone who hasn't played the demo.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think that it's
dang
so
it.
good.
Okay.
I'm excited for the announcement for Q1 there.
So yeah, like early 2000s emo title inspired titles that go too long. It's like if Chiodos were making games. Just saying, or Panic at the Disco were making games.
It really bothers me that I appear to have spelled Zeitgeist correctly the first time. I'm like, it has to be wrong.
Sometimes when I feel that way, I
about,
mess
like-
it up just to have them fix
Just
it
to
for
make
me.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of these like weird FMV in-game footage stuff happening. Fourth wall breaking games, an uptick on games that f with the player a little bit.
Okay. I like this. I want to
Gotta
tinker
develop
with
it
that.
more. Yeah.
I do, however, just want to point out we are at our last square.
Ooh,
So
okay.
this is this is going to be the square. So yeah, making the player or character sort of the idea of that is really interesting to me. So yeah, I think there's something there, Mike, and I want to workshop that because
Or who about this little guy? One
something with the
play date
Playdate.
banger. One play date banger this year.
like a Mars After Midnight situation where we get another like,
Yeah.
man, I kind of have to get a play date for this game.
Me
What do
know
we
where
think?
Playdate's rotting in a drawer. I'm like, how would I
Yeah,
know if it's a
I know,
banger
I
and to turn
know.
on? I swear to God, if it had a backlight, I'd charge it more often. I don't know if I'd play it more often, but I would charge it more often.
Janet, I need to put you on something. Found
Is it like a
something.
mod to backlight it?
Yeah, hold on. Y'all keep you.
If you send me that
continue
warm
with,
light,
continue with the
I'm gonna
episode.
be mad.
Man.
I think there's something fun to do. Like, I think we should do something with the Playdate though, just for like the fun vibes. But like, do we know anything about like their announcement for season rollouts or anything at this point? I haven't been
Not
keeping.
yet. There was something
some
that
close
came out.
tabs.
There was something that came out last week that I really, really want to check out. It's like a rhythm RPG that looks incredible. There's just a lot of devs doing
Yeah.
cool shit with the
I
Playdate.
do
No,
like
totally.
the idea of doing something like Playdate, or you know how everyone's going analog this year. I feel like there's something there,
Yeah.
you know, in terms of like we should have a box that deals with like analog or handheld or tactile parts of playing games.
I really do like that. And that could go along with like the merch idea as well of like Playdate comfort grip.
Oh, that's nice.
This is kind of like a worm light though, which I did say I'd get mad, but now I'm looking at it, I'm less mad. It looks kind of
Yeah.
nice. This also
Light
looks
sold
kind of
separately.
weird. Like the the what?
Oh, what?
So this is the grip. You have to get the light separately on Amazon. It's like $5.
Can I give them the $5 and they give me the light? I don't really like the side part though. I get it's so basically for people that are just
Yeah,
listening. It's like you know how you can do the
You're not
switch
cursed
grips
with monster hands.
Yes, you get the like. It's weird. So a lot of times ergonomic stuff for the Switch or the Steam Deck add like a backing to like create the
Yeah.
controller form. This has that, but only on the left side because the right side's the crank.
You got the crank, yeah.
It's just a little strange. Also,
But you can also get a dial for the crank.
I will say, could I just 3D print this myself? Not to
probably
get
could.
in this, not to get in on this person's little business here. But are you really just? I mean, it says they 3D printed it, and I don't know if
Yeah. There is a
the thing is out and about, like the
whole
I
plastic
forgot the
one.
name for it, the code or whatever.
The thing.
Yeah, I could do. Yeah, whatever they call it. I'm a fake 3D print member of the community. You know, like I've hit print on like one thing in my life. That's it. But yeah, this could be good.
Let me see if I can find that Playdate game I was thinking of.
It's like, how do we quantify the analog concept?
I will say too on that note, I wish Playdate I wish that team put out a light for the Playdate.
Yeah. Yeah. This is on my list
maybe
to
like
check out.
for the analog thing that you were asking about, maybe just like analog pop or something like we'll know when we see it kind of thing, like whether it's like
There's been a few things I've been hitting my feeds lately of like visuals created with physical things. Like there's this one
Okay.
game coming down the pipeline where like the entire town is created in cardboard,
Yeah.
and like, you control the character in the cardboard. There's the game we showed off during a showcase in 2024. Pure Fauna is all
Oh,
like
100%.
physical
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
environments. Maybe something like that kind of analog.
Like I
Yeah,
love all of
yeah.
it being sort of there. So like, I don't know.
So would that be like uptick in
Just out of the box
Just like analog uptick.
mechanics
Maybe
or
like-
visuals.
or yeah, just because like the visuals are more tactile, right? 'Cause
or
it's
even like the the one that
like the stop motion stuff
where they're
or the
stitching
clay
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That game.
the one with the dragon that's like weaving.
Oh, I was thinking of the
I
Scarlet
know what
Deer.
you're talking about.
Or was
Yeah,
it called
yeah, yeah.
Scarlet Deer?
Oh yeah, the Scarlet Deer Inn. I
Scarlet Deer
think.
Inn is
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I don't. I'm looking at the page now. Yeah, it's just to be announced.
like the dragon
So-
one you're talking about. It's like felt or something.
Oh, yeah, that
Oh.
was
I think I
remember
felt
that.
one.
Yeah.
So like something about like games made with like alternative materials,
Just tactile
tactile games.
visual
But that's
art
yeah,
direction.
tactile visuals. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Okay. Tactile uptick. Okay, so this is what I have so far. This is what we are looking at. Okay. Little Devil Silence. 5 Cozy Creepy. 3rd Space Games. 3 games, 5+ years old. Frog Downhill, Rodents Rule, AI Bubble Burst, Mystria on Switch 2, Quarterly May 9th, Hotline Miami drop, Hotline Miami 3 drop, Barlow Project Shadow drop, Katana Zero drop, Shadow drop, Omoot release, What is an Indie is our free space, Echo Weaver drops, Janet Loves 3, Mike Sickos, Wudo release, January in top 10 scores. I'll put scores there so we know what that meant.
With Hotline, can you clarify Hotline Miami 3 GTA drop? Just so I'm really planting my flag there.
Okay. Hotline Miami 3 GTA drop.
Yeah.
Echo Weaver drops. Janet. No, we already said that one. Hold on. Steam Machine Indie King. Self-published half of Indie Council top 10. Jill Games Streaming Star. The Steam Machine is less than 1K. Debut is the zeitgeist of 2026. It's going to be the year of Blumhouse. We're going to rise up with long titles, and there's going to be a tactile uptick. How are we feeling about our 2026 indie bingo, everybody?
It seems
I think it's
mostly
fun.
real.
Okay.
Mostly.
Then that's it.
Yeah,
That-
like I could see this. I could almost see everything happening. And the only reason I can't see all of it happening is just because, like, the odds of all, you know what I mean? That's like a lot.
Yeah.
But it all sounds real. And
Which
I
will
think
be a
that's what matters
good
most.
change from last year because I feel like we didn't get a lot last year.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we were
So-
very hopeful for last
yeah,
year.
we had high ambitions.
Weren't we all?
Not that we don't.
I
This
still
year,
think we got
but-
burned on that yeast bird thing. Like, that's
Yeah.
really what I'm most upset
Like,
about.
2 of those games haven't even really. They didn't. One
Yeah,
didn't
that is
release
true.
in the thing.
I know, but I feel like I failed them. They were like, I didn't know what was gonna happen.
Okay. So we will put that link down below so people can check that out. But before we head off, we've got, it's still early in the year, But let's talk about some games we've been playing. Jenny, you've got some cool and interesting things going on here. Shout out what you've been playing so far in 2026.
Yeah, wanted to shout out that I over break finished Silk Song. Like I did the
Yay.
Act 2, went into Act 3,
Wait,
actually
hold,
got
please.
through Act 3.
Hold it.
Thank
There you
you.
go.
Thank you. This was a big chunk of my break, and it was awesome. It took a lot of work, but it was possible, which was so cool. So I felt very, very proud of that. I think there are still a few optional bosses that I haven't hit, but I'm taking a break because I spent so much time on that. I need a rest, honestly. So I hard pivoted to Fields of Mystria. And because I have been trying to hold out till the 1.0, but I've just been seeing, like, with the new update, I couldn't resist anymore. So I started a new file. It's been incredible. You still can't marry any of the romanceable candidates yet, but you can get up to, I think, 6 or 8 hearts. I'm blinking. I think it's 8 hearts with them. And it's just
8 hearts,
so much
famously like third base, you know.
Exactly. Yes, as everyone knows. And it's cool. The mining sort of subplot is almost complete, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I'm trucking through. I'm in my like 2nd year in this file, and it's very, very fun. Honestly, I think it's probably the strongest farming sim we've got at the moment. Like I think Coral Island's really solid. I need to hop back in since they went to 1.0, but Fields of Mystria is just like the best of the best. I personally prefer it over Stardew Valley, to be really honest,
It's really good, yeah.
even in its
like,
incomplete form.
Damn.
Yeah. And I think that's because it has slightly different, like the motivation for a player going into Fields of Mystria isn't going to be the min-maxing that most diehard players of Stardew, I think, would go in to Stardew Valley playing. So yeah, I'm having a blast with it. And then 2 shorter games that I completed. One is Wednesdays, which we've talked about a little bit already. It's been nominated for quite a few awards. This is a game that I think was also like government funded. Like they got some pretty good funding for it, just because it's like more of a, like, it's not a fun game to play in the sense that it's about childhood sexual assault and sexuality and what happens when you grow up from that. And I would say it's not ever extremely explicit. Usually you're seeing things through smaller vignettes. And they have a really great system of providing warnings and sort of like levels of, hey, this is how intense this section of the game will be. Do you want to go forward with it? And so I thought they handled it really thoughtfully and gently, but allowed space for people who have survived childhood sexual assault to create a game that allowed them to help heal themselves and hopefully provide anyone who's gone through the same experience with a little bit of healing. So I would highly recommend playing that if that's something that you can like hop into without too much stress. And that one's only like maybe 2 hours, I think, and I like set it down for a little bit, so probably shorter. And then I played Gas Station Story, which came out last summer, probably around GDC, GDOC, Game Devs Color Expo, and that is a game that it's by a developer named Enzy. It's self-published, and you play a gas station attendant in a cyberpunk future world where it feels very similar to ours because it's late-stage capitalism and horrible, like, resistance things are happening and big things are happening in the world, but you are just like focused on your mundane day-to-day. And this game takes place over a series of about 4 days where you're just dealing with customers. Your point of sale system starts getting a little bit buggy, and there's a plot about how this like virus is infecting all of the technology in this world. So that one's about, I'd say, 5 or 6 hours. It's really beautifully done, and I thought it was really relevant to play now when it's like a time where I feel like a lot of us may be feeling very hopeless about the world and trapped in sort of the
Why would you say
roles
that?
we have.
Yeah.
No, just the
hunch.
country falling apart, basically.
Just that.
Oh, that. Gotcha. Yeah.
And so this is a game where I think if you're too far into that level of stress, it maybe not the right game for you. But if you find catharsis in playing something that helps you like process these kind of dark times and sort of like the positions we're in, I think this is the kind of game where it's like it can be really cathartic to play. And I honestly would give this to anyone who hasn't developed a sense of class consciousness. Honestly, because it really clearly illustrates like what is it like to work retail, what does that mean for the person on the ground versus like the big corporation. And yeah, it kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time, and I really liked it, even though I wouldn't classify it as like the most fun game ever. It was really valuable. So that's Gas Station Story. I think that's all I put. Did I? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all you have there.
Yeah.
Mike and Janet, unusual. Y'all have one game shared on your list. Do you want to talk about it, either Mike or Janet?
Janet,
Yeah.
it was 2 hours.
We might be pretty close then. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like I put definitely minimum 30 minutes. I don't know if I went into the hours, but I don't remember how far I went. I'm pretty early on,
Okay.
and Big Hops is a game that we
Yeah, Big Hops is the
share.
game.
So that's kind of good because then we'll have like similar-ish experiences. Yeah, this is a platformer, and you play as a frog, which we were talking about how popular frogs are in indie games. And the big like mechanical shtick is that it's all based on like you using your tongue as a frog, so you can use your like tongue to eat bugs, and then you kind of like collect them, almost not literally Animal Crossing style, but you're like kind of adding them in
Kind
or
of
whatever
is.
to your like compendium basically. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like that, but I guess they were less difficult to catch. Also, do we need to pause at all for? I think Jenny
Yeah,
might have.
like, I don't know
She
what's
mentioned-
going.
She dropped
Oh,
in the
okay.
chat. She's going to help Rosie.
Yep.
Oh,
We're
okay,
good.
okay, cool. Oh no,
Disregard.
Thanks. Yeah, so you also like use it for your maneuverability in the world, so you can use it to like as a grapple hook kind of situation. You can use it to sort of just like cling to walls. You can like pull things. So it's like that's what the whole game's like mechanical structure is based on. And then the sort of construction of the game is, at least like I'm pretty early on again, but it seems like it's sort of like baby Breath of the Wildy kind of. And that's like a lot of the inspo that the creator at least like cites.
Yeah.
But I don't know how. Like I don't want to misattribute like how open it is. It's kind of like you have these little areas, and in these areas you have sometimes things to explore, and also like kind of, I wouldn't say platforming puzzles, but there's an element of like engaging with your environment to figure out how to get from point A to point B. But there's like many ways you can do that. Mike, other things you want to add to like the setup of it?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very Mario Odyssey coded in terms of like, I'm 2 hours in. I am technically still in the first world biome, whatever you want to call it. Like there's a really great tutorial level, and then you kind of like get into the thick of it. Like the first level is this like big desert. There's a town. I'm currently in like the sewers of the desert. Yeah, very Odyssey coded in terms of there's just like collectibles all over the place. You're collecting these things that essentially all add up into this game's equivalent of like stars, power stars, which then I guess like kind of have RPG-ish elements of like every time you collect I'm just gonna call them stars. Every time you collect a star, you get a perk for your little frog. It could be I don't even know what that could be. I think like 1% interest every minute on your coins. Add a backpack slot, so like add a slot to your storage. The ability to carry more fruits, and fruits are like your abilities in this game. I like the game so far. It seems like a lot of folks in our circle are very, very high on it. I think some of the platforming could be like at times very satisfying, at other times very frustrating. I think the desert level so far is just it's a little like too empty, and there's like too much open space in between sections and things to really keep my attention. I think it's getting a little better now that I've like explored the town a little bit, and now that I'm in the sewers, like I think it excels in the more contained areas of the game.
Yeah.
Excited to play more, but it's struggling to grab my full attention at the moment, but definitely good. But yeah.
I land pretty similar to you, maybe lightly cooler on it. Again, I'm not quite as far as you, just based on like where you're describing where you are. Like I'm like a little bit before. I think so this game it's definitely not bad, which I know is like a damning way to start, because it's like, oh, well, it's like, I like the ideas of it more than how I feel playing it. Like, I think the level design is really cool and smart. I think they do some really fun things with. Funny enough, this game coming out shortly after Peak is interesting because it has like a lot with like fruits and plants and things where it's like you can like one early thing you get is you can like pick up, I forget if it's like a seed or an acorn or what it is, but you can plant something and then it like grows and you can climb those like vines and you have like stamina in this as well, which is where I guess like some of the Breath of the Wild DNA is in there a little bit. It's almost like the it's not literally this like refined, but it gives some of the vibes of when you go into a shrine. It's not like that intense, but it's like it kind of like sets you up with these little like puzzle moments as you explore. But the thing that I don't love about it is like the general feel. It does not feel bad.
It's a little
floaty. It doesn't quite feel good, and it's a little slow. But I will say my bias is I tend to like speed a little bit more.
Sure.
Maybe some people who don't care for it are like, no, it feels fine.
I think also it could be like when it works and it feels great. But there are times where I think some of the momentum is not as like precise. Like there's times where there's like like slingshot mechanics or wall running and wall jumping mechanics that should work. Like you're doing things right, but they just the physics of the game are fighting against you. That's where like I fall into like this could be like something that's very good to like it's good, and why it's not really like keeping my attention. Like I'd much rather be playing. This goes back to like a demo thing, for example. But like at this stage, I'm very much more looking forward to like Demon Tides versus this. I think Demon Tides feels like a little tighter than Big Hop so far. But again, not a bad thing. Like the Big Hop's is not bad. Like Jana was saying, it's good, and I think it's like the more I sit with it, the more I do like it when it's like a little more of a contained level, a contained biome. But yeah, some of the mechanics do fight against you, and that like definitely sways me from like not necessarily wanting to do a lot of like the challenge rooms or kind of explore. I'm just very much going from point A to point B and just seeing it through.
Maybe it's like the fact that I'm such like a platformer fan and advocate. Like I want to like it more than I do. You know what I mean? Like I'm playing it and I'm like, this is fun, isn't it? And I'm like telling myself that, and I'm like, but is it? And I'm like, yeah, like because I think on paper it's so cool, like what they're doing with how you chain abilities together. I do agree that I'm actually not a Demon Tides fan, but that's because I'm not big into like heavy chaining platforming, so it's more of a taste thing than a critique. But this is kind of like chasing some of the chaining energy, but doesn't quite have like the finesse to do it. I think the thing that I feel when I play Big Hops, because I've been really trying to like nail why does it what am I feeling and how do I describe that to like an audience, and the best I can do so far is that when I play it, I can feel how hard it was to make this technically correct. Like it feels like they put a lot of effort into like, we have a lot going on under the hood, there's a lot of mechanics at play, we don't want this to be janky, we don't want this to be frustrating, but it feels like they were so focused on making sure it worked on a technical level that they lost some of the smoothness and naturalness that I look for in a 3D platformer. Like I think the level design and the ideas here are really like advanced, but the feel isn't quite at that level. And like it's funny because I was a big fan of Smooshy Come Home, previously called Shroomy Come Home, and I never ended up finishing it. And the reason I dropped it was because I thought the world design wasn't quite interesting enough, but I thought the feel was really good in that game, or like good enough. It wasn't like, you know, Mario Odyssey, but it was like, you know, it was fine. I enjoyed the feel of that game. This one, I like the design ideas more, but I actually don't like the feel as much as even something like Smooshy Come Home, which wasn't exactly like, you know, wild, but it was like good enough in the constructs. So that's where I'm at in Big Hops. I might revisit it just for like the culture of like having more conversations on shows about, you know, what's working, what isn't working, because I think there are interesting things. But yeah, I wish I was more like, y'all, this is one of those ones. Like I wish I was more on the vein of, even though it's not as hardcore of a platformer, like I wish this was little Gator game level of like, man, it feels really cool to be going around. It's like it's not quite there, but there's so many cool ideas in it.
Like you, I'm curious to like look back on it after we get like Demon Tides. Demon Tides is the sequel coming out, right? Demon Turf was the original.
I think so.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah,
is the one coming out.
I mean, yeah, like with Demon Tides coming, and even stuff like we talked about earlier, like Dusk Fade, which is a more like Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter like platformer, and Little Gator Games expansion coming soon. It's interesting to kind of compare the indie 3D platformer or like the umbrella genre of whatever that kind of vibe is compared to Big Hops down the line. People, they're like, I was very surprised to see the reviews drop and like people.
Really
I
high on
forgot
it.
somebody like quoted or somebody mentioned it was like Big Hops like dethroning DK Bonanza as like the must play
I
recent
did
platformer.
see
Like,
something
there was a
like
headline
that.
like that. I'm like, okay.
Which, you know what? I'm actually not even going to
Respectable,
comment
no
on
shade.
that.
Yeah, yeah, whatever. It's fine, but I was surprised.
I will say, like, it's funny. I haven't seen like the conversation around Big Hops, but I've heard about it because like Ben has mentioned, like, oh, a lot of people are talking about it. Like, apparently Giant Bomb's like really into this game, or some people on there are.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree with you, Mike, in that even though I think you're slightly hotter on it than I am, I don't see what they see, and
Same.
I feel like we're all valid, but like that's where I'm at with it. Where it's
100%.
like I really wish that I was that because when this hit like my inbox, I was like, oh, this is going to be something I can really champion, and it's not something I'm trying to drag down either, but it's just like
100%.
it just didn't have that pizzazz. But obviously, you know, there are people that are really connecting with it, so I definitely think if you're a platformer fan, it might be worth. I don't know if there's any demos out for it, but yeah, it's out there.
Yeah. I love the idea that next week y'all are going to come back having put a little more
Yeah,
time
it clicks.
into it and be like, actually, this
I don't
game
even know if I
slaps.
want to do that. And that's the thing that
Yeah.
like, because I will say what's good about it could get better. Like the level design is really freaking cool, but a sluggish platformer is not going to get faster. Is like the
'Cause it's
thing.
funny,
So it's just kind of like
I booted it initially right after break, like when I got back home. And you know, I put in that first like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it may be. And then last night I booted it again. I was like, maybe I am missing something. Like, let me play it before we record again. Like, maybe I could hopefully sing its praises. And like, it just hasn't grabbed me yet. And I really
It
don't know what it
almost
is. I,
feels
like,
good.
It
Like, it
almost feels
almost
good.
feels
Like,
good.
could
It
be,
just
like,
doesn't, though.
incredible. But like, it's just like,
Right.
maybe
And
also
that's
because I
tough,
recently
yeah.
jumped into like, for whatever reason, I recently jumped into Yuka Replayly, which I could barely say.
I heard that
Which
is really
rocks.
good.
Yeah,
it
I have to check
rocks.
that out because I
Yeah.
wasn't into ukulele the first go around, but
Same.
so a friend had said that Yuka Replayly genuinely like improves
It feels like a
elements
brand
of
new
it.
game. Yeah,
Yeah,
it feels like a
I should
totally,
check
an
that out.
actually totally revamped game. It's very good. I highly recommend it. But I think because maybe I had that so close in my mind, it's like it
I
doesn't
also want to
feel
go back
as
to
good as
Paper
that.
Play because I played like the demo
Oh,
of that, and I
yeah.
heard that there were updates after to try to hone in the feel of that one as well. So
Yeah.
hey, we can play more platform. And y'all trying to jump. I've already gone off the ledge. But yeah, it's fun to get to talk about these though because it's not it's a smaller genre space for sure,
Yeah.
and it was also really cool. I recommend people check out on their YouTube channel. The Big Hops like developer posted a video talking about like here's like why I made this and like my inspo
It's
and like
really
the
great.
challenge and that was like
That's
a
cool.
really fun thing. I don't think they have like a PR house either because I'm pretty sure like the email I got was like the guy.
Yeah, it's all
Which,
self.
Yeah.
and if you're listening to this, I know this is like not much to like, I don't know, comment. It's like a small thing, but like, shout out to your PR email because it looked very like standard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know, it looks like a lot of work went into like giving it that like the
Fine-tuning
pristiness
it.
you could without like having a house come in and do it. So, yeah.
There you go. Big Hops. I really, really want to shout out a game that came out over the break that I just could not put down, and that is Death Howl. I think Mike
This
is
is on my
nodding.
list.
Yeah,
It's so
on my
good.
list.
I want to get to
it's
this.
so good. It is
It
a
is
strategy. Yeah.
Oh, no.
It
Well,
is a
I'm out.
strategy. It's a strategy Dark Souls, essentially.
Oh man,
I don't think it's hard in this
my
like
skin's
it's
breaking out, Jill.
it's
I can't
hard
do
in the
this.
sense of a Dark Souls in that you have to learn the patterns and learn like, okay, this is a kind of enemy that if I try to hit, they'll come at me. So I have to come around and like do that. It's so good. It is very strategic. Its story is very like you're in sort of prehistoric Europe somewhere. I know they say, and I've forgotten already, but and you have lost your child, and you are dealing with that grief by heading to the afterlife and trying to bring them back. And it's this really beautiful story that, like, the side quests are so interesting. The fact that there is even a kind of side quest set up in this sort of intense strategy game is so cool. The visuals are amazing. I loved it. I couldn't put it down. I brought it with me everywhere that I went over the break just to like continue playing it. It's also a really, really good game for like if there's something else going on, you can just have this play and then pause and walk away. Like I love that kind of game as well.
Do you finish it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Nice.
Yeah. What's
It's
the
real good.
runtime
I didn't yet.
approximately on this game?
I want to say it's like in the 40 to 45
Oh, nice.
hour time period because the PR itself was like, oh, you'll finish it in 25 hours or whatever. I'm like, I don't know what game you're playing. I don't know what game you're playing. Not Death Howl. I'm playing a lot of games coming up. Redacted, very excited for.
45 hours is absolutely brutal.
You know, it's just I'm putting a lot of time into.
I guess
like,
I guess
side
sometimes
things and
that's how that
discovery.
genre is, though, right?
Yeah.
Like tactics. Like I guess those can be quite long.
Yeah,
But in my head, they're like, okay, we're almost done. Like we just started.
it's so good. It opens up like it's so clever in the way that like there are different regions in the game, like different biomes, and each biome has its own set of rules and objectives in the way that you play, so that you have to change up all your card strategies. It's really, really clever and really keeps the game from feeling that typical sort of middle slump that you can feel because you just walk into a new place and you're like, okay, totally new rules. Let's figure out what we're doing. And I love it. So yeah, go play Death Howl. Mike, do you want to talk? Probably like we're past the 2 hour mark, so maybe a little quickly about.
Super quick.
Yep.
Yeah. Generally, I know this could be funny to mention, but my favorite game of the year so far. Shout out Oddcore.
Oddcore.
Oddcore is the first like liminal space game that I'm actually like messing with, like that I actually vibe with. It is a first person wave based horde shooter, FPS shooter. You're going through these waves that like liminal space themed, bipping and bopping folks around. You're getting upgrades. You're doing the whole 9 yards. When you die, the permanent currency that you're getting for like upgrades and like for new weapons, skins, abilities, whatever, you get tokens, and with those tokens, you play, which is a favorite pastime of mine. Hopefully, I can find a screenshot. You just play like normal ass like arcade games that you'd find in like on the Jersey Shore boardwalks, like skee ball and coin pushers and whack-a-mole and like those kind of things. And you earn tickets, and with your tickets you can buy new skins, guns, abilities, yada yada yada. Genuinely, like it just like feels so good to zoom around and shoot around. Has a really cool mechanic of like as you're shooting folks, as you're defeating enemies, you are collecting souls. That's what you see in the bottom left corner during gameplay. There's a little purple number there. With those souls, you can like shoot on the ground to like heal yourself throughout runs, or at any time you could portal out into this random ass room. You could use those souls to get perks like plus 5% damage, more health, things like that. You can also buy more time because you have a total of 5 minutes to complete your run. So you can spend those souls to get 30 seconds at a time. It's really good. It's like all I've been like last night as an example when I was trying to go back to Big Hop. I was like, man, I could be playing Oddcore right now. It's like it's really got its hooks at me. And I think folks should check it out if they like first person shooters. Really dang cool.
Love it.
Nice.
And then super quick, the other one is Marbles. Just a really like it's just a vibe. You're
looks
controlling.
good.
Oh yeah.
You're just
The
it feels
assets
very
look really
kinetic,
nice.
I
you
love
know?
it.
All right.
You're controlling a marble and just like navigating these 3D isometric spaces, just going from point A to point B. There's some challenges there. You know, if you want to try to time check yourself, collect these hourglasses that are around the world. But yeah, it's a very just smooth, kinetic feeling, physics based, not platformer, but I guess puzzle platformer if you want to call it that. I don't know, but fantastic so
I
far.
wish Steam had a save for later in your cart,
Yeah.
because like you can just remove it.
Sure.
Like sometimes I want to sit, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Come back and be like, this is the
well, because
time
this I
for
might
marbles,
pull the trigger on
marbles.
because it's only you know
It's cheap.
$8 or whatever, right? But then I have all these other games that are like 20, and it's like seems like a good time to save the $20 for
Yeah.
later, and then put this in, you know what I mean? But then I don't want to lose the other stuff. this whole thing. But
Clearly, I'm doing that right now. I have something in my cart.
yeah, what's in there? Murder
of
of
King
Lear.
Lear. Looks delightful. Oh, it
Which
is the,
looks like a
the Steam
banger.
Detective Fest going on right now.
We definitely need to
Hey,
do like
came out during break.
some type of game with like indie game names and what's real or not. Okay, I'll do mine real fast before we close
Love
out
it.
here.
Yeah.
A lot of mine are old, so I'll just be very brief on those. The Ooh game. I've been playing a lot of games for
Yes.
Remap
Ooh,
Game of the Year
rocks.
homework. It's cool. I like it. It's just satisfying, as everyone says. The only thing I don't like, and this is me being a little dumb, is I don't like when I get to the end. It's kind of like almost Metroidvania style. When I get to the end of an area and they're like, "And now go somewhere else," I'm like, "Can you just put me there? Like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go myself because I don't know where I'm supposed to go." And it has like these fast travel points, but I'm always like, "Wait." I feel like it takes me a little too long to find the next place, which is funny because it's not even really the puzzle. Like the puzzles are the puzzles. That's the only thing I don't like about it and have struggled with, but everything else has been like pretty smooth and cool. I checked out a little bit of Undusted over the break. That's that cleaning game where you like clean like one object at a time. You unearth like a family's life and stuff. I love the cleaning. I'm not that into the story, but then when I tried to skip over the story, I was like, well, let me go back and read what was there, though. So it ended up in this weird space where I didn't want to do the story, but I didn't want to miss a story. So I've decided I'm just not going to finish it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
You know, like maybe I just don't come back. I don't know. But if you're looking to clean, you can clean things there, and the cleaning's kind of nice. Promise Mascot Agency. I'll hopefully talk more about this later, so I'll keep this brief as well. Really liking this a lot.
Yeah.
Danica, I hope you're not listening for spoilers. This is one of your picks. I played the demo. I thought it was a fine game, but I just didn't really like feel the need to come back. And now that I'm here, I'm like, wow, what great PS2 energy exuding off
Yes.
this game.
Oh,
like
good.
I want to keep playing this. So I will speak more on that hopefully when I'm done. And my last one is Dogpile. I'm hopefully going to write an article about this. I've already drafted it in Google Docs. We just got to finish it.
Nice.
This
Got
game
it.
rocks. I have beaten it like 2, maybe 4 times. Roguelike deck builder, but also like a match drop puzzle game. It's like Suika, if you've played Suika or know that. But if you don't know, that's a merge game, where you Chihuahua, boom, they combine to make a bigger dog or whatever. And what's really cool about this is there's so many things. They design all around like this like merge system, so it has like a more casual layer than your traditional roguelike deck builder. So if you hate roguelike deck builders, but you're open to merge games, you like cute games, you like a little tactile fun, this could still very much be for you because so much of it is on that goal of like you're just trying to get the biggest dog. Like the first task is like get the biggest dog in your yard and then you win. So it has like a traditional like Balatro style like point system of like get this many points in this many hands. But if you fail, all you do is pick up a debuff. You like keep playing, and that's also like that's one of the things that's unique to it. It has other elements that make it have this more casual level. There is still strategy you can implore, and I'm sure there's ways to like do really well, but it's like a much more casual approach. Like even like like affecting your deck and modifying it. It's done 3 cards, aka dogs, at a time, which is like so unusual, but it's like part of the like, hey, it's not that deep. Like don't think about it too much. Kind of just go with the flow. Build up your dogs. You can still like hit up the shop and like buy upgrades and things. But yeah, really cool, beautiful artwork, some nice little animations, and it's just like fun to merge the dogs, see them mix up. You can get like things where it's like they all roll over every hand. Like that's one of the potential like upgrades you can get. And it's just such like I'm very much not a I'm up at night gaming person. I just don't have that relationship with games. But this was one where it's like Isaiah was asleep, Steam Deck on the lowest brightness. It's just me and my dogs. Like I love
Hell
this
yeah.
game a lot, and I think it is like a good video game. It might even be a great video game. I'd have to think more about what we look for in like are we rating on the deck, whatever. But like I think this is like it sounds dramatically like it's my first must play game of the year. The year just started, whatever. It's always going to be kind of easy to get that title, but like I try to make my list rolling and going as I go. Like this is instantly on there. Like I really like it. Please play it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think it's really cool. So, those are my games.
There we
I'll
go.
have more later if I'm a good
2026.
gamer.
It's starting off hot and it's getting wilder every single week, I promise. But that's the end of this week's Council. Thank you to everyone for joining us. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and the Indie Council has its own socials. Go check us out on Blue Sky at theindiecouncil.com. But this session is closed. Go play some indies.
cute.